96% of adults go to work hungover the day after a holiday party. New Year's has the worst statistics, with almost 58% of highway deaths being alcohol-related. 40% of highway deaths during the holidays are alcohol-related. This holiday, stay home, stay at a friend's or a family's house. Be safe this holiday season. Don't drink and drive.
Get ready to spill the tea, laugh out loud, and dive into the juiciest drama on the airwaves. Introducing the Real Housewives of Reality podcast, where the real talk gets real hilarious. Join our hosts as they take you on a wild ride through the glamorous world of the Real Housewives franchise and beyond. These witty commentators are serving up hot takes, spicy recaps, and side-splitting commentary that's internationally tolerated. But it's not just about recaps. Strap in for live watches where our hosts react in real time to the jaw-dropping moments that leave us all asking, did that just happen? Subscribe now on your favorite podcast platform. Take it from me, a computer-animated voice program that is narrating this commercial. You're going to really love or hate this show. Bye.
She didn't. If
Yeah,
you
she
go back
did.
and play the tapes, I feel like she didn't.
I was meaning to highlight that this week, but I was so depressed that I didn't do shit.
What are you depressed about, man?
The whole court thing.
Fuck you.
It
This ain't
sucks.
therapy. Shut up.
This is my therapy, fuckface.
What kind of mayor calls a kid a fat ass? Come on, man.
This is why we're here tonight. For real. This is why we all came together. Because I need you to realize what we going through. No duck on the You gotta testify and let me swear my wits out.
A long way to go to make it, praying for a miracle. I've been grinding for all of my life just to find me again.
Gotta testify and let me swear my wits out.
A long way to go to make it, praying for a miracle. I've been grinding for all of my life just to find me again.
Gotta testify and let me swear my wits out.
Traded against those to test my fate, dumb. Feeling numb and I pick up a drug. And speaking of drugs, let me fill up your glasses. Watching the world spin, how long it lasts us. Life ain't sex and it ain't weed. It ain't about to check this guy's plan, it ain't me. And I'ma follow it, radiating like speed. All the way to God's gates with full honesty. Modesty, got me living life like a musical odyssey. Prodigy, possibly, he paying all the odds of me. I almost got shot in them robberies. 9 months later than BZ did. You even took away one of JG's kids. Shed a little light that you got to give. Cause I'm wondering how you let me live. I got
a long way to go to make it, praying for a miracle. I've been grinding for all of my life just to find me again.
Gotta testify and let me swear my wits out.
A long way to go to make it, praying for a miracle. I've been grinding for all of my life just to find me again.
Gotta testify and let me swear my wits out.
I sent him on Saint so could definitely face some. Weekend of thorns and I'm speaking in tongues. And speaking of tongues, let me take off my glasses. Sipping on the bottom and the plan of molasses. Rocking the world and I could offer the axes. Practice of madness, judgment, imagine. If you had a hand for help, but them cards you dealt. Said a man up and do it yourself. I took time with a rhyme and the dine itself. The design is felt like a Mona Lisa. Recently, decency was easily confused for weakness. He preaches to telekinesis. Knees is weak when I speak up. Then astral projector right through your speakers. He is the man amongst men, but still I got
A long way to go to make it, praying for a miracle. I've been grinding for all of my life just to find me again.
got testify and let me spread my wings out. Got
A long way to go to make it, praying for a miracle. I've been grinding for all of my life just to find me again.
got testify and let me spread my wings out.
Inside.
Tractor systems are offline.
Number one. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
No Outlet Live with your favorite hosts on the North Coast, Jeremy Tomesek and Jarrod Stover. The road to boredom ends here.
No outlet, but I need to charge my phone.
No Outlet Live.
Hold on, we're starting right now.
Welcome back to another episode of No Outlet Live, the greatest podcast you're gonna find live, actually live, on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You could always call the show at 216-647-0064. We are presented by FlatHousePress.com and Guardian Roadside Solutions. You can find the show everywhere that you find podcasts. You can watch every episode on YouTube, Spotify, and of course, Facebook. You could go and follow and like our shit. I am accompanied by your favorite co-host on the North Coast, Jarrod Stover.
What's up? What up?
What's going on, my man?
Not much, man. How you been this week?
I've been all right. You know, actually, I had just set up a primary care physician.
Okay.
And she was all right. I mean, she was a little thickums for real. She had some thighs on her, right?
All right.
And you've ever been to had a doctor appointment where they start they feel around your gallbladder or something, like they feel for your liver and stuff on your stomach.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they're pressing on your tummy a little bit.
They grab upon your hips. You know?
Yeah.
I feel
Well, I'm super fucking ticklish. And I acted so girly and
like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Dude, I start giggling and shit. I felt like such a fucking freak. I was like, dude, she was like, "What are you ticklish?" And I'm like, I feel like such a fucking idiot right now. It was so ridiculous. So that was kind of the start to my day. And I also there's something going on that I do have a news story for, but it's affecting me directly.
Okay.
Kind of crazy. So I'm gonna hold off on that one until we until we get to that news story.
Save it for the news.
Yeah, I definitely will. And
What else do we got coming up in the news? Why don't you throw some teasers out?
You want some teasers?
We want some teasers. I didn't even ask you what the news was going to be today, so I'm going to be just as shocked as everybody else.
Oh, whoa. Hold on. Hold on. So one of our teasers is I got some news about Matthew Perry. He just died. The guy from Friends, Chandler. We got some news about him.
That was the first she ever heard about it.
Yeah.
She's like, what?
And then,
That's the first time I ever heard his real name.
Oh, I got you. You're like, oh, that guy.
and then, well, let me just go ahead and introduce our guest, a comedian. You will find her all over the city. She just performed in Hilarities with that was headlining spot. featuring spot in Hilarities, the biggest comedy spot in Cleveland.
Yep.
Everybody give it up and join us with Eulise Dickerson.
How y'all doing?
So, there we go with some alarms.
First of all, I have a gratitude alarm. Don't play with me.
That's like, what's a gratitude alarm?
So I have 4 alarms that go off at 8 a.m. I don't know how to do this because of my bun. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. 12 noon, and then 4, and then 8 o'clock at night.
Pull the mic up a little closer to you.
My bad. I ain't want to mess with the equipment to look expensive and
you're good.
Messing it up ain't in the budget. Is this good?
You're good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
As long as it's your budget paying for it to replace it.
So I have 4 gratitude alarms that go off throughout the day, whatever. So that way, if I have like a bad moment, it doesn't spiral throughout the day.
Okay.
So it goes off and I think about 3 things I'm grateful for, and then just resets the day. And
that's actually pretty smart.
No, for real. It keeps you in a space of gratitude because, like, to me, gratitude expedites your blessings.
I like this. A little inspiration from our guest, Eulise.
Right.
So I have some.
She's 90% happier than most people just because you do that.
I would bet for real.
I wouldn't doubt that one bit. I mean, I need to start setting myself gratitude alarms, especially for the day I've had today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
What was the day you had today? Let's hear it.
Well, I have to hold it because it's in the news.
Oh, that's what you're saying. All right. So you just keep teasing it. I'm just trying to pry it out of you.
But you know what I do have for us right now that we could do? Usually I start off the show and I interview my guest. But before we kick off the interview, and I'm not going to force you into this, but Jarrod, you are forced into this.
What are we doing?
So I found this
gay.
On...
Oh, yeah. That's how most of my nights go, so I wasn't shocked. I'm sorry. You were not.
I'm like, that was a little gay. Like, ma'am, no, but
Yeah.
sir.
Right.
I'm always forcing boys into stuff. I found on TikTok and Amazon the world's most sour candy.
That's
The
not
world's most sour.
The world's most
what
sour
is it? She
candy.
said that ain't it.
it. That ain't it.
That looks like a warhead, dude.
What?
That ain't
It's
the
not.
sour. No, the one that's the most sourest is actually white. It has white speckles all over. I seen it.
TikTok said that this is the world's most sour candy. Bar nuts. This had to come from Europe.
Okay.
I bought this out of Europe, and this was actually a lot of
That's from
money
East Cleveland.
for this small ass.
I know, right? Someone made that.
It wouldn't have taken me a month and a half to get this from EC.
No, yeah, it would have because they're lazy.
But without further ado, we're going to have to jump in on this.
You doing it?
And let's see. Do you want to do it?
You
I'm
want
gonna
to
see
do
what
it?
y'all do first.
That's
Come
not
on, you
fair.
can't do that. We all have to react at the same time.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we
That's
do.
how it works culturally.
It ain't gonna be shit.
Culturally.
No, statistics. Like y'all haven't statistically, it's been proven that black people watch white people do shit first, and then we decide.
No, I know that's statistically true because it is always white people doing some dumb shit for
So,
real.
I gotta follow the rules.
Your hands are tied on this one. I understand. Like,
I mean, if you force me, you saying the N word. Like, I'm just saying.
Damn. I don't know if I can sign that contract.
right.
You try to ruin my career and get me canceled before I was even cancelable. So I'm going to take one here, and now I'm about to pass one to Jarrod.
All right. It's
Watch
gonna
the
be really
cord.
that sour.
It's supposed to be. And then I'll leave the bag right here.
Oh, I
in
can
case.
tell it's sour because like how like crusty it is.
Crusty
how
and
it
dusty.
Yeah, like all that sugar on the outside.
okay.
That's all. Yeah, crusty like that too. But
I'm like, if I touch
also,
some crusty balls,
I mean, you probably have. I'm
Eulise
sure.
is familiar with the crusty balls.
I think everyone in here has touched some
I
crusty
have
balls
been
once in a
delivered.
while.
Oh, no. The Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want.
Well, do that man a solid and put them blue balls in your mouth.
Oh, my God.
Right.
They
I
are
was thinking
blue
that the whole
balls.
time too. Well, now wait. How is it gonna be like the one chip challenge of sour, or am I gonna take this?
I think it's like that.
Okay.
I think it's like literally like tingly, like here.
Did you watch like YouTube videos or anything on it?
I
Or
watched
you
the one react.
watched
That's why I was like, I
videos?
seen the white ball. That's why I say no. The one that I thought was the sourest, like is white. So and she literally like, yeah,
It's gonna be sour like that. I had some sour shit, but now you got me scared, and I feel like I'm gonna like do this, and it's not gonna be shit. And I'm like,
So
what are
I
you
saw
talking
this
about?
on TikTok. I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw a video of people. They were like, "Oh, this is the caption said world's sourest most sour candy," and people were trying them, and they were like, they're fucking losing it a little
Like
bit.
just by
dude.
licking it, or do they? Like,
Oh no, they're popping them. They're popping them, baby.
Popping them. They're not chewable.
All right.
We're gonna pop them balls in our mouths.
All right, let's get these balls in our mouths.
2.5. 2 3/4. 3.
Not yet.
All right, it's starting to get me. All right, it's like a warhead.
Yeah. Like a warhead, it is a little more intense.
My eyes are watering.
Like, 'cause, yeah, it's a little bit hard to talk. But like,
My eyes are watering.
I don't think it's like overly sour. I thought we'd have better reaction than
That's not that bad.
I'm sorry, everybody out there. That was disappointing.
I'm telling you, in the one, that's what I said. The one that I saw, like, it was white or whatever, and she immediately popped it out. Like, immediately.
That's why I see people do it this now.
But you know, like the reaction videos get a lot of attention, get a lot of likes. Like, so some people, I feel like, definitely is gonna act about it or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Chumming it up.
Yeah, like overact it for views and all that.
But no, the one, like, she had, like as I said, it was white and it was in a box. It was in like a white box or something like that, like a white bag. I remember.
Dude, if you find that video again, send it to him so we can find it. Because now I'm out to find even something sour than that. We're gonna make ourselves like pucker.
Yeah, because the
and go
fact that y'all
crazy,
are still talking and like she literally was like.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You're like, dude, it's gonna be on your throat.
I'm thinking like it's
sour,
gonna be like here. Like you ever like try to blow up a balloon?
Exactly.
Like, you ever get that tingly like little
Yeah.
like jaw or whatever. Like I was like imagining that. That's why I was like, I'm gonna let y'all do it first.
That's why you guys scared me a little bit too much. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be looking like an asshole out here.
No, like I eat sour stuff. Like I eat lemons like oranges. I know it's odd to hear, but like I eat lemons normally. Like I love sour stuff. I eat warheads as a kid all the time until my tongue bled.
Yeah.
Remember just like warheads? Remember like gumball warheads?
Yeah, but it is because you eat like sour stuff all the time. Just like I eat like a ton of hot sauce, so I eat like the hottest hot sauce.
Yeah,
and
me
it doesn't
too.
really bother
Have you ever
me
did
that
the
much.
one chip challenge?
Yes, me and my stepson did it, and he ran around the house for like an hour, and his mom licked it, and she was crying, not even by biting into it. And my stomach was just messed up for a couple days. I felt like kind of burnt on the inside, like charred, kind of like. And like dehydrated, but other than that shit does fuck you up. They say it sends people to the hospital. Not me though. Guess I'm
Somebody
sweet.
actually had died from the one chip challenge, and for anybody watching on the YouTube right now, if you go down my channel, in the videos you will see a video with me and one of my past guests, somebody I used to podcast with, Sean Bayhoff. Me and him did the one chip challenge, and I put one of the world's hottest hot sauces on the chip. And it fucked me up. I mean, it's
already the one chip challenge. What the fuck? Like y'all, like this is what we talking about. I'm not trying to even be one of those, but like this is what we talking about. White shit.
Yes. Well, then let's get off the topic of white shit. What you got for us? You're the only one in the room that can help us.
Let's
with
talk
that.
about black shit. Okay.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
No, black shit. Okay, so the equivalent of like what would be the equivalent of black shit? I got y'all.
I would say
it.
some stuff, but it's probably just a bunch of stereotypes. No, I'm just kidding. That's all
let's
I know.
talk about it.
No, I'm kidding. I wasn't going to say anything.
I won't touch chitlins.
Okay, that's cool. Well, the backstory about chitlins is that, in slavery time we was getting the scraps, so that's the reason why we had to make do or whatever. And it's so crazy because like now oxtails. Did y'all see the dude?
Oxtails good as fuck.
They are. But did you see the dude that literally like was smuggling them? Like he had pounds
of smuggling oxtails.
No, seriously.
Hell yeah.
And he had an ankle monitor on.
Damn, that was a smuggler for sure.
You broke like your ankle monitor, whatever restrictions or whatever to go steal oxtails.
He's like fucking violated probation for oxtail.
Like literally, like that's the thing that kills me because like once we made oxtails palatable for people, because think about it, it's a tail of a cow.
Well, yeah, we knew it was.
So once it became a thing, all of a sudden we want to up the ante on the price. I remember oxtails used to be cheap as fuck.
Oh,
now
I've
they're
never
expensive
ate an
as shit.
oxtail. See, that may be some black shit. Because white shit, we do like pigtails. My dad always did like pickled sheep's feet and shit. I'm like, how you eat that? Like that white people back in the day, I do not condone anything they did.
My dad did pigtails too.
Okay.
That's just country shit.
Like he used to cook that shit up as a treat. Like on the weekends, he'd be like, we're getting some pizza. We're going to have some pigtail dessert. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not fucking dessert. Like,
no, I had oxtail for my first time at a Jamaican restaurant.
And they don't even cook them long enough.
In Euclid, I believe, but it was so good. I mean, it was like jerk oxtail, I guess it would be. It was wild. I loved it. I mean, it was fantastic.
Oh, it was jerk because it was Jamaican.
No problem with that.
I think it was though. It came with like the jerk rice and stuff. It was really good. I got you on candid camera.
That not supposed to be behind the scenes. No, that was cool. Like the slow motion hair flip. Like you were looking good. Like kill that shit. Slay, girl.
There you go. He said slay, girl.
He got 2 black friends.
At least. No, I'm just kidding.
And he just made one more.
Neither of them like
He working on it. It's buffering.
I mean, he got invited to the cookout when we both got interviewed by Lex on Red Line Radio.
That's Lex. That's not me.
Damn,
Lex was like, Jeremy, you ain't got no shot. Jarrod, you're to the cookout,
No, he
bro.
said you could come. You just didn't get a plate.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that.
We had to share.
And y'all be like, ooh, it's spicy. That's called seasoning.
Yeah, right. We don't know anything about that.
Oh, yeah, really. It's sad, though, because, like, for real, okay, so this is the thing. This is why I can say white shit, black shit.
Okay.
This is my certification. I went to an all-white college. It was all white private Catholic college.
Yes.
And I'm all black public Baptist. So.
Like that was on the brochure. It was like, this is all whites. How did you get accepted?
No, I'm dead ass. Literally, everybody who was black that went to that school played a sport. There was
what?
No, I'm serious.
That is how it goes.
It was a handful of people who went there for the nursing program or education because they actually had like one of the best nursing programs in the state. Actually, in like I think this side of the country or whatever in education.
You had to play like tennis really good to get in there.
What was your sport?
Basketball.
Okay, basketball.
So
I can see that. You look like a basketball player for sure.
And it's so crazy because like we had got a different coach my second year who ended up double recruiting. Like we already had a team of 16. She recruited 12. So I already knew she was going to try to play like, you know, favorites or whatever. And they basically set me down and said, look, you either have your full scholarship for this year and not play or half and play. I said, full, thank you. And then I went to the volleyball team because I actually had a passion for volleyball. I always loved volleyball and I thought I would be, you know, have a scholarship in that versus basketball, but basketball was easier.
Yeah.
So I actually made the volleyball team, but I had too much, like academic wise, it was too much of a heavy load because I was in the nursing program.
Right.
So I was just like, you know what? I'm cool. And
were there any white people on any of these teams, or were they just like?
It's so crazy. Like the thing about it is whatever. Like it was basically split with the teams. Like like except for the volleyball team, I would have been the only black girl.
Okay. But everything else was no white people or whatever.
No, it was. It was mixed half and half.
Oh, I got you. I thought they were like recruiting, like you said. Like
she did recruit a lot of white people. I ain't gonna lie. She did. Because I ain't gonna lie. Like we was just like. Excuse me, as a team, but the black girls, you just wasn't gonna talk to us any kind of way. That's our biggest thing. Like we don't mind working hard, we don't mind like giving it our all, but you're not going to talk to me any type of way.
I know that.
Like that's no. So that's been honestly, y'all unearthing some trauma. I get in a lot of trouble because I'm very unbiased on how you conduct yourself with me and everybody else. My mom was so proud of me because I used to call my dad out when he was wrong.
Right.
No, I'm serious.
No, I know
and
you
then,
were.
Like,
I could tell.
I was raised that, like, Dad, like, why you in the living room eating if you tell us that we can't be in the living room eating? And he'd get out the living room and go eat in the kitchen.
You ain't grew up in no white household. I said that to my dad. He'd be whooping my ass, dude.
But
all
think about
over
it.
the
Why
house.
would he whoop your
Get the fuck out
ass?
of
No,
here.
why would he whoop your ass when you asking a question?
Because he'd whoop my ass for anything. I didn't have to be asking
His
questions.
dad was kind of brutal. We were just talking about how crazy his dad is earlier.
Yeah,
no. I'm saying to think that the white people don't get their ass whipped.
No, our new generation, they don't do that anymore. We got soft on our kids, but like our parents and even our parents would beat them and shit. My dad's dad taught him everything he knew and beat it into him. And my dad taught me nothing but just beat me.
let's talk about that though, for real. How do you think, like, if you had a choice, would you would you change that or would you keep it the same?
I would change it if he taught me shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how.
So basically, the beating was a lesson. Like you didn't get no precursor. Like you learned in real time. Like,
like my dad is like can do anything, no matter what it is. He can fix it. He could like whatever. And his dad taught him all that. But instead of teaching me all that, he just beat me instead. Like, so he just took the beating part. Like, I know my dad caught some whoopings, but he got taught something. So I think there is a middle ground where you can beat your children a little bit.
Or a middle ground where you should.
Well,
you should just for their sake, you
so
know.
the thing about it is, I don't like the word beat. Like I like the word physical discipline. Because I feel like anything that's used
tomato.
But it matters. It matters.
Yeah, I guess because it does sound like more presentable in court.
I would say this though, for real, like physical discipline is more of a thing because, like you said, whatever you rather him to talk. But my thing is this also, you can't like take away the value of that.
Yeah.
True.
You know, and I say like anything used outside of its purpose is going to be wrong. It's going to be an issue. Like fire can kill you, but it makes you a great meal. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like with my nephew, for example.
I like that. Like
No, for real.
That was good.
My nephew, like the way I taught him or whatever, and it's like literally the format for everything as far as instructions. Like he's a boy, so I told him like when he's at my house, you have to lift the toilet seat up. I don't want to sit in your pee.
Yeah.
And so
for sure.
I asked him like, do you understand? He said, yes. I said, well, what I say? When I use the bathroom, lift the toilet seat up. Okay, so what's going to happen if you don't? You're going to get your ass whooped. And so he knew. So what's understood, I got to be explained. And so literally over the course of 6 years, I probably whipped his ass twice for that shit. But my thing is when you know the consequences of your actions or lack thereof, it's easier for you to, you know what I'm saying, find that structure and the autonomy of doing what you know is right.
How often has that happened to you as a female? Like, I always thought about that. Like, how often do you sit and piss?
It hasn't happened no time lately because I don't have a male in my house.
Yeah.
But when it used to, I kid you not. That's the 2 times he got his ass whooped because I'm a person, I am so germaphobe and OCD with that shit that I look at the toilet seat before and after I use the bathroom. I wash my hands before and after I use the bathroom. Like, I'm one of those.
Do you not even use like public toilets or anything? You just ain't doing that. Like, that's not you at all.
You just frightened me, and it's November 3rd.
I'm sorry. I saw it on your face. I'm sorry I did that to you.
Ooh. And my thing is, like, being a female, and I'm 6'1", like, that joke about being, like, 7'12" and being that far from the toilet and not being able, like, to really squat for real.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real thing. And, like, the bathroom stalls is this big, so you turn around trying to close the door, and then you only got this much of space, and then, like, I got a shy bladder.
You remember when you were a kid and you used to jump on the walls and, like, stick your legs out? I feel like that's how chicks stand, like, to go to the bathroom.
That might be the best way for me to use the public restroom.
Yeah, right.
Spider-Man, that shit. And so I got a shy bladder. So by the time I get in position, I'm like, come on. Then my legs get tired. I'm like, oh, I got to stand up.
Oh, man.
Like, and then pee, oh my God, I don't know what's wrong with coochies nowadays. But then pee run down
you and me both.
But then pee run down the back of your thigh. And you're like, oh shit, it's in my jeans.
Oh my God.
Listen, I kid you not. I was at. Oh, my nail came off.
Oh,
put it back
shit.
What? It happens. Black shit.
Add it to the list.
Listen, I get my nails done Sunday. I ain't worried about it. So, no, I was at a comedy show. I was at the Ed Hominick roast
Ed
battle.
Hominin, yeah.
And it was like years ago, back before COVID and all that shit or whatever destroyed comedy in Cleveland. Lord. And it was a small like phone booth style bathroom. It was like the one use type.
Them are the worst.
I was trapped in there for about like 15 minutes because the pee ran down my fucking leg and into my jeans.
Oh, you gotta wait for your jeans
I gotta
to
wait
dry?
for this dry. And I was like, oh shit, no, what you could do is like wash your hands and don't use the paper towels and just put them on the back of your jeans. So they was like, oh no, she just dried her hands.
Right.
That's ingenious. That is super genius.
Hey, sometimes you gotta come up with shit on the fly.
You know, speaking of, so now that we got past that that shitty candy that I thought was gonna be fucking epic.
Are you past it? I'm still trying to finish it. Like,
oh yeah, I ate that for sure. That was done. I have a hard problem with like chewing. Like I chew ice cream. Like I chew on everything I eat.
Nice.
But
so that's why you was born a boy.
Is that what makes the difference there?
Because you got to suck some stuff in life to be a girl.
That is true. And if you're biting it, you're probably not going to have too many.
I couldn't ever see myself eating an ice cream cone like this. But I wanted to ask you, so what was the thing that inspired you and got you to actually try doing stand-up comedy? Damn, she on the fly getting that nail back on.
Oh yeah. I
It's
got some
important.
Nail glue.
Yeah.
Plus, it moves quick.
Yeah, I got nail glue.
She's like, we don't need no break. We don't need
Miranda, I can't wait to see you. So, as far as doing comedy and everything like that, my mom had always wanted me to do stand up. She actually called the Improv and like got all the information for amateur night and this and that, whatever. But I was so scared, like at 19, because that's when she had like thought about it, to do it, that I never did. So in 2013, she had a heart attack. And I said that, let me knock this off the bucket list before anything transpires, because I had already lost my dad when I was 17. So it was like 2015. I remember this because my one friend had asked me to go to the Kevin Hart special that was here. I think that was his, which one was that?
Man, that had to have been one of the earlier ones because I know Kevin doesn't really come
was.
around here anymore. But
No.
back when he was first blowing up, he hit all the smaller cities. He went to every city ever.
I want to say that this was the one after Let Me Explain.
Okay.
And because I remember him jumping up or whatever out of the stage or whatever. And I had thought to myself before she even invited me, shout out to Tiffany Stewart, my girl. I thought about this before she even invited me out, was like, how can I be a stand-up comedian and I've never seen it actually happen? And then literally within like a couple days, she had asked me, hey, can you come? Because my boyfriend at the time, whatever, had to work. And she was pregnant, never drove, this and this and that, whatever. I said, sure, why not? You know what I'm saying? So we went and I loved it. I was like, oh no, I got to do this. So it's 2015. It's right after my high school reunion. And one of my best friends, Jasmine Pride, is cousins with John Bruton.
Okay.
And so
another like Cleveland comedy like fucking
staple.
Yeah, he's like a staple. He's like legendary locally.
Listen, don't play with that man. So and not only that it was my best friend's cousin, but John used to be my sister's ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
So me and John, like, I was a freshman, he was a senior when I went to high school. Like, we've been knowing each other for years. And she was like, you know, asking me to come out to one of his comedy shows when he was first at Blue Martini. And I never had a chance to do it because I worked in dialysis and my hours was crazy. I wasn't getting off in time. So I finally got out to a show that he had at Grog. And he had asked me that night. He was like, hey, you want to go up tonight? And I'm like, no, not tonight. What's the next one?
I know that feeling, man. I've had that so many times.
Listen. So I went to do the next show or whatever. And that's where I ended up meeting Dave Flint, Aunt Morrow, and Yusuf Ali. So I go to Grog Shop or whatever. And I don't know if you've ever been there. You've been to Grog Shop, whatever. Yeah. He doesn't have it open now because
I've never went to the Grog Shop for comedy though. I've gone to the Grog Shop for like a lot of local bands or hip hop artists and stuff like that.
Okay, so there's a green room. And we was back. I walked back there, whatever, to the bathroom. Sorry.
There you go.
It's like where your bathrooms is if you go left. So I walked back to the green room, and those three guys was back there, and I want to say it was Aunt Morrow, who said comics only.
Oh, man. He is the type to say some shit like that, too. He's a fucking bully.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, y'all niggas ain't that groupie status. What the fuck you think I'm back here for?
Yeah, right.
Your best 2 minutes.
I said that. Like, listen, and I said that on my second show. I was like, y'all ain't that groupie status. What the fuck you think I'm back here for?
He's like, don't you know I'm famous with my famous 10 minutes?
First of all, this was show 1. I ain't even hit the stage yet to even say I'm a comic. Yeah. But I was just like, and so, you know, I did it and I fell in love with it. Like the first joke I ever said when he introduced me, because I already knew I wasn't going to get a whole lot of like response or claps or whatever.
Yeah.
So I grabbed the mic and I say, thank you so much. It was the first time I heard 3 people clapping for me and I didn't have to swallow first. All right. I done got a lot more cleaner since then.
No, you want to know something is you said something at a show we both performed at that I will never ever forget.
Oh Lord.
So we were at this fucking there was actually it was Alex Vegas put on this show where it was half of your time was you doing like a set and then the other half of your time you're doing like a battle style stuff. And you and John Armstrong went back and forth, right? And I've never seen somebody act out a joke so perfectly and just nail it. Dude, she lays on her stomach. She says, John Armstrong is the type of motherfucker to get some pussy and then lay on his stomach like this, and she kicked her feet up, and she said, this motherfucker gave himself bunny ears, and she had her feet up and started kicking her feet like a child, bro. And I lost it. I was in tears. That shit, I would never forget that until the day I die. That was so fucking funny.
And it's so funny because John Armstrong, so basically we did a regular set, and then we battled each other, like a roast. Like that was the first platform, the roast battles that he was putting on or whatever. It's like you did a regular set and then you battled. And I remember that he was first, right? So he talked his shit, roasted me, like, flame me or whatever.
I'll never forget his joke neither. Y'all went back and forth. It was some of the funniest jokes I've ever heard.
And then it was like, it doesn't go joke for joke. Like he has to like fire off.
Yup.
And then he's done, and then I fire off or whatever. Yeah. So he went first, and once he got done flaming me, he ran. He was like, "Oh my God, it's your turn!" that is more memorable. The fact that he ran off stage from me, Jarrod, and I didn't even say shit.
Jarrod, this motherfucking John Armstrong, I want to get him on an interview too. Okay. This motherfucker was battling her, and he said, "Eulise Dickerson booty so big, she got dookie stains on her neck." I was like, "Oh my God." Perfect.
I need to stop being drunk in these days. And you know what's so crazy? I think I was wearing this.
You might have been. No. You were you had like a leather jacket on, I think.
Oh no, you're right. I was wearing another show at Lucy's with this on. Because I just posted it. No, I didn't post it.
No, when you laid on the stage and kicked your feet up and said, "This motherfucker be laying on his stomach like this," dude, I was rolling. And
I really think, I said he lays on his stomach to eat coochie. I think that's what I said.
That is what you said.
And then when it tastes good, he wiggles his feet like this. I think that's what I said. I said he eat coochie on his stomach and he's wiggle his feet when it's good.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit was so on point. I was like, I might even do that. That shit is perfect. Show my excitement through my feet kicking.
But that, like, I just love comedy. I love making people laugh. You know what I'm saying? I just love, like, this. It's like adrenaline. Like, especially, like, and I was a person, like, to me, comedy is like boxing. It's like hitting that bag. Once you get in that rhythm, like, it's gold. Like, when you find that rhythm, and I say rhythm, like, you in the rhythm when you get a reaction or a laugh, and a keyword reaction, because some stuff is just for shock value.
Yeah.
Good shock value, not like, I want to kill myself shock value. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I say a good set, like a good rhythm, is when you get a laugh or reaction every 30 to 60 seconds.
Now, that's also a good analogy to tie it in with boxing, because you could get ring rust when it comes to comedy too. Have you ever heard of ring rust?
No.
That's when, like, you when you don't have a fight in, say it's a year, 7 months or whatnot, people get rusty and they go into a match and they get their fucking ass whooped because they haven't been in there doing the thing. You know what I mean?
That muscle memory, a motherfucker.
Yeah, so like you could develop that when you're doing stand up also.
Oh yeah.
If you're not touching stages enough, you're gonna get rusty.
I can say honestly that probably happened to me for real because when when COVID hit, I was on contract in Cincinnati, so I was away and out of the comedy scene for like a year and a half almost. And even when I came back, I really didn't get into the full swing of things, in my opinion or whatever. And I kind of just was thrown into my room at Bliss on Thursdays. And
that's where I first met you. You're the first person to give me 10 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Damn.
So we're going to be the first people here live on No Outlet Live to let you get a 2-minute set. You ready?
What the fuck? Y'all gonna spray it on me?
I'm always gonna spray everything on
Jarrod. Always doing that shit to everybody.
Someone's gonna actually do it once. Like
every single comedian that's coming here, he's like, "All right, now you got to do a set." And they're always like, "No." I brought in like a artist, like a hip hop artist. He's like, "You ready to freestyle right now?"
Dude, I'm ready to hear something.
He want to be Tigger in the basement so bad.
He is. It's Big Jarrod in the basement.
It's black stuff.
Big Tig. Big Tig. I want to say on BET. You remember him?
BET in the basement.
All of the
Rap
best
City,
freestyles.
Rap City
Rap City.
Oh, okay. Vaguely. I'm sorry.
Man,
black
you don't
shit.
remember all the legendary freestyles?
That was before he had his 2 black friends.
Oh no, I remember all the legendary freestyles. I didn't know who was running the show or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
Big,
the MC.
Big Tig. He always tried to kick his own freestyle, but it was always a little booty. Like he was always like on rhythm, but it kind of sucked. And they brought in like Lil Wayne, and the microphone catches on fire and shit.
I feel like I haven't watched like cable in so long that I wouldn't even see. BET
This was back when you watched
But I'm
it.
saying but I don't remember from back then, dude. Like
He was on MTV. He was on
VH1.
VH1.
Yeah.
I do watch a lot of VH1. We go through the history of VH1. I'm white, you know. Like
We just argued about VH1 a couple weeks ago.
I ain't gonna lie. When what is it? VH1 first came out.
It was so
like,
good.
It really was whatever. Like you really wanted to tune in or whatever. And now VH1 got so like ratchet that they can't get out of that box.
Right.
They can't get out of that box as a network.
Like, tell me you weren't watching like the Surreal Life and all that type of shit with all the celebrities and like
College Hill was my thing. I ain't gonna lie.
College Hill was alright. I watched College
Like
Hill.
I ain't gonna lie. College Hill when they was doing the ones on what was it? The Virgin Islands. Like that season.
That was like the real world for black people.
No, I ain't gonna lie. When College Hill Virgin Islands season hit, and that girl fought her and fucked her up, I was like, oh, they can fight on TV.
She signed up immediately.
No, listen, because Jerry Springer back in the day used to have all that.
Yeah.
And then of course they got coerced, and it was like like this type of stuff, and they kind of pushing people together like on the deer type of situation or whatever. It just got like real
I think
crazy.
Prime
Rest up,
VH1
Jerry.
was Behind the Music. Behind the Music always got me because like
Okay.
I love seeing the.
What about Fanatic?
Oh, I don't remember that.
MTV or VH1?
That sounds more like an MTV
Okay,
one.
okay.
I don't
I'm not
even
sure
recall
though. I don't
that.
remember.
What is that? What is?
Fanatic. Okay, so I know about Fanatic because my friend, shout out to Erica Witherspoon, Dr. Erica Witherspoon, Dr. Sis.
Hey, Dr. Sis, big shout out.
No, for real. Like I got clout like level friends. Don't play with me.
right.
Favor ain't fair.
I ain't playing with you.
Listen, shoot, when I won that contest at Sam Suits, I had 2 doctors in the room. Don't play, and it would have been a mayor. So.
So when you roast somebody so bad they start having a heart attack, they could be like, "Is there a doctor in the house?" And there will be one there.
Yeah. And it's so crazy because I promise you, like I think what was it? I think I was at Hilarities, and they had said somebody had a medical emergency. I don't know if it was at Hilarities or wherever the comic was performing.
Your fans was like, "I got this."
For real. And I pray every time because I'm CPR certified. Like I know how to do that. And I would hate for that to happen in one of my shows because I ain't gonna lie. My instinct for that shit is literally autonomous. That's the only reason why my mom is still here today. I kid you not. Because she had a stroke while I was at home.
Really?
And I went from daughter to employee real quick. Like
Right on.
So I thank God that I have that in me. But I pray that never happens.
My co-host here had a stroke a while back.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you fully recovered because some people don't. My mom, unfortunately, did not fully recover. Like, we got her speech back. We got some of her motor skills, but it just, yeah.
It's because when older people have strokes, they're not likely to get up and, like, push themselves hard enough, like, at an older age. But since I had it at such a young age, like, I was able to push myself hard enough. But, like,
He's rambunctious. You couldn't stop him. He was just ready to go immediately. When they were like, "No, you got to lay there," he was like, "Nah." And it does take that.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Little tenacity.
I didn't walk for a long time and all that stuff. I didn't lose my voice, though. I thought that would suck, like, if I couldn't communicate. I know people, like, that when I was there, like, there was people who couldn't talk, like, in the same, like, ward as me with all, like, the stroke people or whatever.
And it's, like, cognitively, like, my mom's, like, the left side of her world is non-existent.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh.
It was so hard for me to, so you just gonna catch me pushing my hernia in?
Oh, you got that?
I cannot wait to have surgery again because people be thinking like, okay, if there's a table here, you're thinking I'm like playing with myself because I have to like rub it. Anyway, but no, like the left side of her world doesn't exist, and
Yeah.
cognitively, and so like trying to keep her home and like rehab her because I took her to all of her therapies,
Right.
Like
that's
occupational,
just hard.
speech, physical.
Like,
I did
it's
all
a
that,
lot.
and I would make her do stuff at home. You know what I'm saying? But she just.
Yeah.
And so when I would like feed her, like I would bring her food and I would purposely like put the fork on her left side to train her to think, okay, my daughter's brought me food and I have to use a fork. My daughter loves me. Why would she give me a fork? I got to look to the left because it has to be here. But she literally like was like, you didn't give me a fork.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mom, why would I give you a fork for a salad?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, does it? She's like, no, it doesn't make sense. So
you gave her a fork for a salad?
No, I did, and I was
why didn't you?
Why wouldn't I give her?
Oh, that's how I was confused. I was like,
I said, well, why wouldn't I give you a fork for a salad?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like she thought about it, I was like, no. I was like, well, Mom, like I gave you a fork. Did you look all the way to your left? And she'd look, and she's like, oh, okay. You know what I mean?
See, now that same thing kind of happened to Jarrod because when he had a stroke, he came back and he immediately started arguing with every Democrat he came across. And he was like, all this left stuff, I can't get with it.
I said that?
It was just making a pun. I was just being funny.
All this left stuff I can't get with.
Left-wing politics. Come on, catch up, guys.
That was a slow fucking burn. I loved it.
That was a slow carpet burn.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it wasn't even a nice one.
I tried.
Oh, my God.
I was like, wow, that was me. Like,
and I was like, is he a Republican?
He woke up and immediately voted for Trump.
Right?
Well, no, and then I was just thinking, like, when you said he woke up and started arguing, my mom was very combative. Like,
so was I. That shit happens.
Not physically combative, but, like, everybody in the hospital was her family.
Well, Jarrod's argued with everybody since the day he was born.
Probably, but I know what she's saying. Like, because you can't do shit, but you want to do shit, and then it
makes you mad.
You get frustrated about it, and
oh no, she was past like frustrated. She was like completely delusional.
Oh yeah.
No, like everybody was her family. Like, no, do you remember so and so? She got married. I was at your wedding. You is Sandy. Like, nah, her name is right here. Like, you can't. And she really was like for real.
She was telling people what their names are.
Like that shit does like it is a brain injury for real. You are retarded.
No, for real.
Like I can't even think straight and things like that, and you don't know what's really going on. You just pretend and kind of fake it through it. Like I do understand that portion of it. That's
and she
crazy.
told me, she was like, we was on like we was in her room, whatever, and she was like, I'm getting out of here today. I'm leaving. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna walk right out that door. I said, Ma, that's a window. We're on the 6th floor.
Damn. That is crazy.
Like, but like she was on one.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Mama Daisy.
Shout out to Mama Daisy.
Yeah,
she was honestly before her stroke, she was at 90% of my shows.
Man.
Like even like honestly like shout out to Jen Jennifer Chandler, because when I was going through, literally my mom had a stroke 2017 November. 7 days apart, August 2018, my car got repossessed and I got evicted with my mom post-stroke. So I'm literally like carrying my mom up and down flights of stairs at my friend's house.
Yeah.
To go like in and out, and then like I had stayed at the hotel that my sister was working at for a while, whatever. And I remember Jen pulling up to the extended stay in Beechwood for me to go to shows. And I would put my mom's wheelchair in a trunk, put my mom in the car, and we was out. I still did comedy, even going through all of what I was going through with my mother.
That's some determination right there. I mean, you were serious about it. You grind hard for it.
Well, and probably the comedy was the only thing that was really helping you out, because the rest of your life was just in shambles. At least you could laugh a little bit.
Yeah, it was like
it
therapeutic.
is hard times through all that. Yeah,
like I literally, and it was so hard. Like I kid you not. Like when they say, shout out to parents. However, when they say like being a caregiver is way harder than being a parent, it's so true.
Yeah,
I believe that too.
Like it's so true, because I remember telling my mom, "Hey mom, I'm about to run to the store. I'll be right back. Don't do nothing." I come back to the hotel. She's in between the freaking toilet and the tub, because she decided to get out the bed, and her commode is right there, but it's on her left side. So she made her way to the bathroom, like to the hotel bathroom, and fell. And I don't know how long she been there. I take her to the hospital. She had like I think a fractured rib. Like
she was laying there like, help, I've fallen and I can't get
and
up.
Thinking, like,
Hitting her life
so
alert.
Glad didn't have one. And I'm so glad that there is not really a strong front for like senior protective services. Somebody would have called like, she's not taking care of this woman.
Like SPS is at the door. Like, we're taking your mom's. Like, you can have her no more.
I'm in court trying to be a daughter again.
Right.
Like I want full daughter rights.
Full custody.
And so like it's just, oh my God. Honestly I ain't thought about this in years. Like it's 2023. I ain't thought about this in years. I'm just like thinking like, damn, like you just never know what's going on behind the mic. That's all I can say.
I know that's right. Like,
so throughout your whole comedy, from what you've been telling us, is you've been doing comedy for quite some time now.
8 years.
8 years. I've been asking a lot of comedians this. Tell me your highest moment and tell me your lowest moment in comedy.
Currently, my highest moment is probably winning a contest at Sam Silks for my own comedy special.
Okay, yeah, that just happened recently.
October, last month. Yeah.
Nice. You're peaking right now.
Like October, I ain't gonna lie. October owes me nothing. I hate that little cliche, but literally, like that was my first time being able to actually like work the stage in Hilarities because I did a guest spot for John Armstrong on the 1st, and then I actually featured for Chris Allen on the 22nd.
Okay.
And in between that, I won the contest at Sam Silks.
Now, how many people did you compete against in that Sam Silks competition?
So actually, I did the final round. So I was part of the third round that happened on the second Sunday in October. I can't remember the date. I think it was like the 8th.
Yeah.
And then the final round was the 15th. And the final round was me, Kevin Ford, I Am Chad, Jay Wiley, Gene Miller, Precious. And I think that was it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. For you to beat out Gene Miller, that dude's fucking funny, and it almost seems like he freestyles all of his shit.
Bro. Like, I love the analogy with comedy and rap.
Yeah.
So Gene has a certain cadence.
Yeah, he does.
And a certain delivery that makes whatever this man say like funny. Like,
everything he says is funny.
He'll be like, your dog died, but he says it right. And you're like,
yeah.
And so, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, the thing about it is, it's a difference between being funny and being a comedian. So
yeah, I get that.
Like, I knew what we was being judged on.
Right.
So I don't care what nobody say. I'll be a Floyd Mayweather. I don't have to be a Mike Tyson.
You're coming with well-prepared material.
I'll be a technical knockout. I don't have to be out here swinging and this and that, whatever.
For sure.
I'll go 12 rounds. It
You
don't
beating
matter.
them on points.
Yeah. You're well trained. You know,
I got stamina.
Yeah, for sure.
So my thing was,
Fellas, remember that? She got that stamina.
no, fella.
Oh, fella, remember that? She got that stamina.
I got one. So, but it came down. Honestly, top 3 was me, Jay Wiley, and I Am Chad.
Okay.
And it was me and I Am Chad or whatever, and I ended up winning. And I remembered, like, they talked about new material. They talked about stage presence, crowd response, like, actually, even as simple as introducing yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if the host said your name, say it again. Having an actual closer, not just getting off the stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those things really separated us. Because to me, I feel like, yeah, even in the final round, I felt like Aunt Morrow and Kevin actually did better than me. You know what I'm saying? But I ended up winning because I knew what I was being judged on.
Right.
And I sold that bitch out twice. So.
Hey,
all right.
Get it, turn up.
Right.
But yeah, I would say that was probably like my high moment in comedy. Oh.
Tell us about the low part. Tell me about a bomb or a moment where just the hecklers got the best of you. What is the one that sticks out?
Ooh, it got real lonely this one time on stage. You know what? No, I take that back. Prior to the contest, my high moment, this is when I knew I had it, is when I did 45 minutes. Clean.
You did 45?
No, seriously.
Damn, you ain't even writing material anymore. Like, she's talking about 45-minute sets.
Dude.
Like, you wrote a joke.
That's me. With the one joke, the one holla dollar.
My friend reached out to me to do a pastor's anniversary. And I did 45 minutes, clean, sober, and with no mic.
Holy shit.
All right.
That's when I knew.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the fire.
You got that juice.
You got the juice.
And honestly, I probably did longer than that because they don't know how to give somebody a light.
Yeah.
She just knew, like, okay, the event is done. Like, wrap up. I'm like, okay, cool. And like, that I'm sorry, like, so that's probably like my high moment.
Yeah.
For
okay.
I did fucking 45 minutes. Like,
yeah.
Clean,
that is quite a feat. That's a feat.
Like standing ovation, everything. Like, killed it.
Bro.
I can feel it. I can see the way you're looking at it.
And
I know you killed it.
I can't even say standing ovation per se because the pastor's anniversary was more like a like a festival type stuff.
Yeah.
And it was in like a gym.
Right.
So I had to talk over all the kids playing back there.
Man.
While the adults would sit in front of me
Yeah.
with no mic.
At least you had some good acoustics in the gym, though. Your voice could kind of carry.
Yeah.
And it did. And I mean, like, for 45 minutes, I'm projecting.
Right.
Clean and trying to remember everything.
And then you couldn't talk for a week afterwards from yelling.
Not a few hours,
hoarse.
but lowest moment in comedy.
There's got to be a moment that like sticks out.
Probably
where-
like in my earlier years. I did eat a dick, and that's what we call bombing, is eating a dick.
Yeah.
I probably was at LVT.
LVT, Lakewood Village
Yeah.
Tavern.
Yeah, probably
I've had a pretty big bomb there myself. Like one of my worst bombs.
Like it was pretty bad. I've had more awkward occurrences than anything.
Yeah.
More than bombing. Like for
Yeah.
like I ain't gonna lie. Like the most awkward moment was probably me doing Grown Ups with Cordell. Cool scene.
Okay.
And because Grown Ups doesn't have a stage.
Yeah.
Like this man literally serenaded me and was trying to pay my bills in the middle of my set. Like and it was like I'm seeing like he's just like coming up to me and I'm like, oh my God, please, like this, like.
Like he didn't realize you were doing a set.
And this is before Will Smith smacked Chris Rock, so I couldn't like that wasn't even a thing not to approach comics.
Right.
That wasn't normalized yet.
Yeah.
So like it's just been more crazy stuff that happened during comedy than anything for real.
I know I've said this before on the show, but I'm gonna say it again.
Mm-hmm.
So the one time that sticks out for me is the first time I went to Coventry, the B-side. I did a spot at B-side.
Okay.
And when I first started, my opening joke was, have you ever had to sit down hard to hold the poop in? And everybody's just looking at me crazy, right? But then somebody in the back, I couldn't even see him. They were so far in the back. And the dude's like, yeah. And I was like, whoa, like that motherfucker's like holding one in right now. That's a little too aggressive, bro. Like, and it threw off the rest of my set to where like I couldn't even like really continue with confidence because the dude like he like threatened me with his agreement, and it was so crazy to me.
Listen, you be planning for stuff to be rhetorical, and then you get answered.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, and like I would say like. I don't want to be that person. I'm gonna let that go.
Spill that tea.
Yeah, you gotta
Spill
get it
that
down.
tea.
I mean, 'cause, like for real, a lot of people like when I hear people do stand up sometimes.
Yeah.
And I had to get on my one friend or whatever. Shout out to Cam. He out in Columbus or whatever. He's kind of like my son in comedy.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't understand why like everything that he does on TikTok is like going viral.
Yep.
He has like over 180K followers.
It's
and,
a
like,
different style of comedy.
It's not whatever. And then you come here on stage and you wondering why you're not really hitting the same stride. And I had to ask him, okay, so this is the thing. Are you trying to be right or are you trying to be funny?
Yeah. Yep.
Because people don't care about, like, there's nobody in Google, like, there's nobody with their Google open watching your set to see, oh, no, you're lying about that. That was 1983. Like,
right.
So are you trying to be right or are you trying to be funny?
Yeah.
Because most people with podcasts, unfortunately, or have some type of verbal platform, can't switch that off to be funny.
Yep.
So it's like you got to realize, and I've even listened back. Like honestly, I just posted one of my older sets in the beginning, and I did 10 minutes, and my first laugh didn't come until like I was like basically 3 minutes or 6 minutes in, for real.
I've
I'm
been
like,
there.
and I was like, what the fuck is you doing?
Right.
Like you just talking into a mic.
Yeah.
And that's why when people say, "Oh, I did 30 minutes," no, you just talked into a mic for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
because
no
if you listen
style
to it back,
or anything. Yeah.
how many times you get a laugh, and how many times would like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I talk about. Like it's like a rhythm in the bag. So, like I said, I didn't want to be one of those people, or whatever. But it's like you got to realize and listen. I always told people if you still within your first 5 years, you should literally be recording every one of your sets and watching them like film.
Yep.
Yep.
Like game tapes.
For real.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because I literally sometimes punch the air when I have a great set that I did not record. Like when I did Alexis' first show, Respect the Block, down at the Odeon, I had one of the best tags on a joke, and I can't remember what I said.
Yep.
And I hate when a joke develop legs in real time and you don't have it no more.
I did a show with Milton Wiley in Kirtland last summer, the summer before the one that just passed. And I bombed at like Kirtland. It wasn't like a really bad bomb, but like it was one of them sets where maybe out of my 10 minutes, I probably like I started getting laughs at like how you said like 3 minutes, and then at 6 minutes I really picked it up, and then I finished pretty strong. So Milton Wiley he offered me another spot right afterwards. He said, "Hey, we're going to Wycliffe. We're gonna go do a spot. You want to do 10 over there?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, why not?" So I leave Kirtland and I go and I pull up there, and I performed the set of my life. Didn't have nobody there to record it, and like I murdered with just like I kind of like freestyled off the top of my head. Just started talking about shit going on in my life. Really felt super comfortable the way I was like just talking about stuff. I did have like written jokes that I threw in there to keep me going, but I just started like saying stuff, and it was like spur of the moment thoughts. And I killed it. Like, it was a moment where I had the bar like almost giving me a standing O, and I don't have any of that, and I don't remember like my cadence, none of that. The rhythm that I had was something that I wish I had to study to see like how I won that room over so well, because it was like an all ages room too. There was younger people, older folks, and I caught them all and like killed it. I couldn't believe myself.
It's so crazy that you say you was with Milton Wiley, because you can ask Milton this one time, and you know how comics do rooms all over the city, right?
Yeah.
So Milton had this one room called it was called the Game, and it was actually like a bowling place, like with an arcade or whatever. It's like off of Euclid and like what is that? And like it's anyway. And so it was actually he told me when I pulled up. He was like, "I'm so sorry. We had double booked on the night of their tournament."
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, oh my God. Like, the place that we're doing comedy is like an open concept, so it's going to be loud as fuck.
Yeah.
We're going to get talked over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, oh my God. So Jasmine Carter was still in Cleveland at this time. So I was fifth. First 3 people talked over, literally. And you could see it was so cringy. It was so cringy to watch.
Yeah, that sucks.
And so then Jasmine goes up, and she kind of gets a few of them, right?
Yeah.
And I go up. When I tell you, that was the first time I ever freestyled 20 minutes, and I literally had to excuse myself off the mic because I wasn't the last person.
Yeah, and you grabbed everybody's attention.
And I'm telling you right now, that open concept, if you ever go here, like I'm telling you, people from the tournament started to come in where we was because everybody was laughing so much. They was like, what the fuck is going on in here?
Right.
And when I tell you, I literally quieted the entire bowling alley.
That's dope.
Almost, for real.
Yeah.
To where they was literally so engaged. And he's like, and I'm looking back at him like, I know I'm not last. I'm looking back at Milton like, dude. And he's like, just one more.
Yeah.
One more.
Yeah, if you're going,
then,
just
like,
let you go. You know
No,
what I'm
for
saying?
real.
Yeah.
And even at that time, John Wellington, who's like I don't know if he still does the Cleveland Comedy Festival or whatever, but John Wellington was the headliner that night or whatever. And I'm looking back at him, and he's like, you know what I'm saying? And
Not to be confused with the Beef Wellington.
And that was one of his jokes too. So, because he was a heavier set guy or whatever.
No shit, he watched a lot of Hell's Kitchen too.
That's the only time I ever seen
when you talk about like talk about like that flow, like for real, you do be wanting those recordings and everything like that or whatever, because like you can't remember how you tapped into that and you want to get it back. So I get you.
And sometimes them jokes that come off the dome are just, they have that feeling that's almost better than a written joke. There's just something to it.
Because you sound natural. And when you're writing, things sound sometimes too contrived and too written.
Like
you know
robotic almost. And you could tell that it was like, it's like listening to a show that's pre-recorded or something.
Or
you
somebody
know what I mean?
reading a teleprompter.
Yeah, right. Like news.
And the best comedians are ones where I think like they're telling like a joke I've heard a million times, and then it'll have that extra spin at the very end. That's like what ropes you in, because you're like, oh, I heard this joke a million times, and they're like, boom, and hit you with it. You're like, I didn't see that take on it, you know?
Right. And you know what's so crazy? In my first year, I didn't even know I had a crowd favorite. Like I had went to this one show, whatever, and because of the time, I did the joke a little bit different. Yeah. And they was mad when I got off stage.
They're like, you didn't tell that like that last time. What are you doing?
I came here just for that joke. What are you doing?
But you know what? Also, a big thing with comics, not only like is you trying to be right or you trying to be funny, but also being able to read the room. makes such a huge difference. Don't have a set that's so structured that you don't know when to change according to the room.
Yeah.
Because, like, for real, as a comic, when I come in, especially if I got some time, like, I'm not, like, that far up the list, whatever, I'll literally walk around and engage with people and kind of, like, you know, see exactly, like, you know, who they are, what they like this, and I'll have a conversation, whatever, as a regular person, and then boom, I'm on stage.
Right.
And
They
now,
didn't know you were gonna be on stage, but
and now I'm like, shit, this motherfucker Long Island kicking in, huh, sis? And I pulled at the person I was drinking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you make the crowd,
you interact, you
know what I'm saying, kind of comfortable and everything like that or whatever. And like but that's one thing about me though. Like I'm a people person, but I'm also like it's weird though. But I'm an outgoing introvert.
I feel that
because I can do comedy, like I can be on stage, I can do like all that stuff, whatever. I'll help the freaking world. But as soon as you ask me one personal question about me, I'm like, I'm cool.
Well, no, I think you've been pretty open this whole time. I don't know if you've been shut off from us or anything. Like, we're not getting too personal then.
No, but I mean, and it's like being able to read the room is such a game changer.
Yeah.
If people literally just had those three things.
It's a key piece of the puzzle.
Like, make sure that you're being a comedian, not just funny.
Right.
Make sure you're trying to be funny and not just right. And then being able to read the room. Right there, I feel like with those three things, no matter what you talk about or what you do, you can survive a mic.
So, Eulise, before we go to our middle of the show break, tell people where they can find you on your social medias and plug anything that you may have coming up.
So
yeah, pull out the
right?
notes. Get the spreadsheets out.
She got so much going on. She had to write it down.
She does though, for real.
No, seriously.
No, I hear you. Like, you sound like I can tell you go out and you hustle hard.
Grind.
Yep. Okay, grind.
So, I'm Eulise Dickerson on any social media platform. The only Eulise Dickerson on any social media platform, and that's EULISE DICKERSON. My Instagram is public. My Facebook is private. I'm not about to clean that bitch up. I got too much stuff going on over there or whatever. So Facebook is usually for family and friends and stuff like that or whatever. And I even tell people, if you want to be my Facebook friend, send me a message. Let me know that you tuned into NoOutletLive.
There you go.
I'll add you. You know what I'm saying? So,
y'all see the sign, motherfucker. Y'all see the shit. It's real over here.
So, on November 11th, I'm with Keith Silly over at Jazz and Presents. I'll be posting all this stuff on my social media as well. And then on the 17th, I'm with DJ and Chris Too Much at Hilarious Ladies Night over in the west side of Cleveland. Let me see. It's at Bottle House Brewery. Again, I'm posting all this stuff on social media. And then on the 18th, I'm at Old World Unapologetically Funny with Lex Vegas. Shout out to Lex Vegas. He just celebrated 3-year anniversary for the Lex Vegas show, and he's nominated for Ohio Entertainment Award. The voting stops in 3 minutes. Let's all send a vote right now. Fuck y'all.
He's got 2 of my votes in.
I said let's vote right now.
Right now.
Vote Lex Vegas show on the Ohio Entertainment Awards website.
I'm doing it right now while I'm talking to y'all, so fuck that. Y'all gonna have to wait. But I'm at Old World Tavern on 185th and Lakeshore. Unapologetically Funny with Lex Vegas on the 18th. And then on the 25th, I'm gonna be at Indigo Lux with Big Wayne. And then the very next day, like that Saturday then Sunday, I'm going to be at Sam Silks with Big Wayne and J. Anthony Brown.
Okay.
J. Anthony Brown is a freaking staple in the comedy community. Like, he literally, like...
Big moves.
Listen, Comic View made me. I ain't going to lie to y'all. Comic View made me. And I remember watching him on a lot of stuff.
Comic View was the shit. I remember Comic View. That was one of... I fucking watched that shit religiously back in the day.
My dad worked at 11 o'clock, and he would leave around, like, right when it started, and I would sneak downstairs to watch Comic View. And then I'd never forget, like, you can hear, like, from the basement, the TV downstairs. And I remember them saying, like, an inappropriate joke, and me laughing. And he said, what the fuck you laughing at? Like, how you know about this?
Did you ever watch Def Jam when that dude Cheeseburger? Did you ever watch him?
Cheeseburger or hamburger?
hamburger. It was hamburger.
It was hamburger. I'm like, what you talking about?
That motherfucker would end every joke with hamburger.
Yep.
And that was his whole gimmick.
Really?
Yep.
Was just saying hamburger.
It was like, goddamn. Like, it was,
Right.
That catchphrase, like, I just voted.
Shout out Las Vegas.
Man. So then I just got casted for Heroin Ave. I do my first filming on the 11th.
Nice.
I actually have just been hired as a director for a live podcast. It's called Drop and Give Me 30.
Yeah.
It's a podcast that focuses on fitness and health and just, worship and work and working out. And I'm a hired director for that. And then I actually am working with a doctor, a published doctor, because we're gonna do a program called And I Have Friends that focuses on mental health, and he wanted to blend it with comedy. So I'm working with him on that. What else? I actually just collaborated with somebody who has an event space, so I'm putting on different things for them. And I gotta look at my calendar to give you everything. I ain't gonna lie.
It's amazing. No, you just shouted out a whole lot. And make sure you guys go and check her out on social media. We'll be right back after this quick break, and we will jump into the news. We'll be right back.
Is your son now at the age where he's curious about the human body? I guess you'll have to hide it somewhere else now. We'll be right back.
Guardian Roadside Solutions is ready to help with your roadside emergencies serving the greater Cleveland area. They have the knowledge and experience to get you back on the move quickly with staff available 24/7 to help with flat tires, tire damage, changes, fuel delivery, vehicle lockouts, dead battery, or new battery installs. If you find yourself or someone you know in this situation, call a Guardian at 440-833-6000.
you looking for a place to have custom t-shirts made for your business? Well, we have the place for you. Flathouse Press works with 100% eco-friendly material for all of you conscious folks. They can also put out orders in a fraction of the time large-scale competitors can. They are a fun, locally grown Cleveland original company. Go to flathousepress.com and check out the variety of party toys, headbands, and clothing in their catalog.
What's up? Jay Remy here, host of No Outlet Live. Are you considering or curious about how you could start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.
All of our loved ones always die in December. I miss the night times that I can't remember. Venom-filled veins and stone-cold sedation. Drugs are amazing and I fucking hate it. Kick the dirt off from your heels, darling. There's hell inside of these eyes. Let's lose ourselves around the cold rings of Saturn tonight. Fade away deep down into the depths. I wanna be swept out to sea. Life can seem like an ill-conceived illusion. There's no solution for some sicknesses. My soul turns to stone and I sink into the abyss. Chasing pipe dreams has its drawbacks. And without you, the world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you.
It ain't delivery. It's the best podcast live on Saturdays.
Welcome back. It's your favorite host on the North Coast, Jeremy Tomesek on No Outlet Live, and your boy, Jarrod Stover, fucking up on the sound effects.
Well, because I keep forgetting to unmute it because my phone's connected to it, so it keeps like dinging all crazy. Like,
and then we are also joined by our great comedian guest and also a very motivational person, I would have to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Eulise Dickerson.
I'm back.
Make sure you check out her socials and stuff. She's got a lot of shows coming up, and how about we just go right into it? Let's hit some news.
Get it.
No Outlet News.
You like that? All right, hold on. Let me get her up in the picture. All right, so in our first story of the day. Oh, this is an extra story that I was going to bring up at the beginning.
Since that's the only one, it has to be a big one.
No, we got to... I wanted to bring this up because I saw it right after I sent in all of our other news stories. This guy, and I can't remember what state this is. This was on World Star earlier. This dude got... It's Houston, Texas. This dude was giving out food to the homeless.
Okay.
The police came and started bothering him, and then he got fined thousands of dollars for feeding the homeless.
Oh, yeah. Look, hey, you caught me at a bad time, guys.
What, he had like a food cart?
I believe he just... Another ticket serving the homeless city of Houston.
Damn. It's funny you said
you know,
it.
They do a lot of little small things against us. Right now, they're turning all the lights off here where they normally would be on, trying to make it a little more dangerous, make it a little more inconvenient. It seems pretty petty at this point, but hey,
it is.
Don't feed the homeless, I guess, right?
Right.
No, that's a shame, dude, because I don't know. If you have the heart to do something that nice for your community, and then the government is going out of their way to hassle you about it, I don't know. I mean, what the fuck is this?
That should probably make you question your government a little bit, like what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, because anything that's like humanitarian type work, like,
yeah,
I don't know how you'd ever say that could be illegal at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be able to help people, want to help people, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And there should be an initiative by the state, your local authorities.
There should be some type of activist that is aware of what's going on with him.
The police should be protecting this guy.
The thing is, 2005, if y'all do y'all due diligence, in 2005, there was a law passed that police are no longer to protect and serve. They are literally strictly to enforce laws.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. They've always been that to me. I don't think cops are there to clean up the mess after it's over. They're never there to actually solve problems.
Not even to clean up the mess after it's over. Is literally to enforce laws. And it's so sad that they've been so disconnected between
the community,
being a person and being an employee.
Yep.
And I feel like that's the biggest part that has handicapped a lot of communities across the world.
Well, and I think that's what makes cops inherently bad, is because they're no longer people. It's just a business to them, a money game, you know?
So I have family friends, and I've known a lot of police officers throughout my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've known here and there, I've known some. And one thing I do know about police is when they hire you on, they make sure to put you very far away from your very own community and put you in a whole separate side of the city for you to police. And I think it should be the opposite. You should be enforcing the stuff around your own community so that you're connected to the people around you, so that you're not out here doing this crazy stuff you see all over the news. People getting shot with their hands up, shot in the back. People are getting fucking roughhoused left and right. It's because these people are disconnected from where they're policing.
Yeah, exactly.
And not only that, they're not allowed, like you said, to be a human, because let's think about it. If there wasn't no quota, right?
Yeah.
To meet, And let's say that you're doing your diligence in your area, in your community, and there's literally like nothing going on.
Yeah.
And you got to meet a quota.
Yeah.
So what do? Start being analytical about everything and looking at like, you know what I'm saying? And
nitpicking every little thing that you find and start hassling people over nothing.
And then when situations like George Floyd happens, and then there is people who are peacefully protesting, but you got people who know that they can literally label themselves as Black Lives Matter protests and be the people that's destroying this and destroying that to damage the real like positive part of that protest. That shit is fucked up or whatever. I'd never forget, like during that time I saw a video where a man was like, look, if you just walk with me this way, I can calm them down and we can all go home. And he took I think it was like the sheriff. The sheriff was scared as fuck. I mean, almost brought the tears. Like, and he held his hand and walked to the crowd of people and got over the megaphone and was like, look, we are peacefully protesting. They understand what we're doing out here. The protest is over. Let's all go home. And they literally left peacefully. And the sheriff was so grateful that they had that much control over the crowd. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. To where like, look, if you just chill, we can get this done. You know what I'm saying?
But and that's almost 99% of every traffic stop or anything. If the cops would just chill and like actually talk and rationalize with people and see people as human beings instead of a paycheck, like I think things would go a lot differently. Because it's always the cop like flexing, too much ego, and they say one thing and they're like, "You shut up because this is my town." You know what I'm saying?
They're under a lot of like stress and duress stuff too, though. Like one thing I would strongly encourage all comedy fans or people that are into the politics of all of this stuff, on Amazon Prime there's a special from Jeff Ross from a long time ago. He started doing specials where he was roasting different things. Like he went to a prison in Texas, he roasted the inmates and stuff there and gave them like a good show, but he also was like being political about it and like really I don't know, he was giving them something to be he was like joining both sides. He was shining a light on the prison guard side and also the inmate side, and he worked with both of them. And he was like, he brought all of them enjoyment as a whole. And he also did it in Boston. He said he asked all the big departments throughout America, and only one of them accepted him to come do this special, and it was in Boston. But before he did that, he showed up in Boston, and there was a protest with the African Americans against the police, and the police of Boston were mad at Jeff Ross because he was at the protest. And he was like, he showed up to the precinct or whatever, started like busting their balls and like shooting jokes and shit, and none of them would even crack a smile. And he was like, what's going on here? So he started talking to some of the cops off to the side, and they were like, well, we saw pictures and like emails got shot out to all of the police about you because now we all feel like you're against us because you're at the protest that was against police. And he was like, that's not the point of why I'm here. I'm here to try to bring everyone together. It's such a great special. I encourage everyone to go see Jeff Ross roast the police on Amazon Prime or whatever. It was really good. I mean, I watched that the other night and I was just mind blown at how good that guy is.
And I would say that I would coin the phrase to Dr. Woods. Shout out Dr. Woods. He likes to call it edutainment.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
And it's a form of being educational, but at the same time being able to entertain.
Yeah. Catch your attention with a laugh, but teach you something.
Because if you think about it or whatever, even the alphabet, it has a rhythm to it.
Yeah.
Like you're thinking about elemental P, we run those all together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
elemental P.
Yeah.
That's all one letter.
And it is sad that the world fights nail and tooth to keep us divided.
Yep.
And anything that brings us together is a problem.
Truth.
And I just feel for us trying to come back together, like as just a community, as society, like even on the smaller scales. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
that's where it starts.
That's where it has to start.
Yeah. Right. And my thing is, if let's say for whatever reason your hands inside in your department, because it's the police is a gang too. Let's just say what it is.
It is world's biggest gang, in fact.
If you're gonna be a good apple, find a way that your good apple can be shown.
Yeah.
So I would say, and I would have loved in the heat of all of that, if people in badges would educate their community on their laws and how to handle police when they have to
lead by example.
Well, if the people with badges knew the law, like,
that would help
too.
That
they
would
don't.
help.
They don't have to know anything. They just put them out on the street and they're like,
you're
yeah.
right,
6 months of training.
No, because
for the most dangerous job in the world.
Right.
And the thing about it is, whatever, is that like you do have those twos and fews who are educated on law and have literally put the foot of the police officer in their own mouth because they don't know the law.
Yep.
And not only that,
far and few though. Far and few.
Yes. And not only that, like literally educating your community on how to address police officers, what you have to answer and what you don't have to answer. Like that is where it starts.
Yeah.
Like if you know that they have fully weaponized themselves against the community, help us be able to protect ourselves, not be able to fight back, but be able to protect ourselves, that when we do run into one of your bad apples that you work next to, we can handle the situation accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if you gonna say that you're a good apple, show it.
That's the truth.
I ain't gonna lie, because there is some good apples. I've had some good exchanges with police officers. I kid you not. Like, matter of fact, here go one.
My boy George in Oakwood, shout out, man.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
never forget George, dude.
Only cop that I ever like respected or loved.
Dude, I loved him. I loved him so much.
I don't know his name. I don't know the police officer's name because we was in our cars.
Yeah.
So in Cleveland, I don't know where y'all tuning in from, but in Cleveland, we don't call every business by their name.
Yeah.
Sometimes we call it by the street. So I was at 55th.
Yeah.
So if you in Cleveland, you know 55th basically means I was at the gas station.
and if you're in Cleveland and you're white, you wasn't there.
Yeah, for real. 55th gas station, little, you know.
It was at night.
I was there and the police gave me a ride home one time. They was like, you in the wrong place, dude.
And so I was coming out of the gas station. And, you know, there are some people or whatever who allow you in the traffic or whatever, not being assholes. You're at a red light.
Yeah.
Like, let me, you know what I'm saying? And so I had turned out into the left lane. The police officer had let me out. So I turned over into the left lane. We go left up Woodland. So we're at the next light. It was red. I'm in the left lane. He's in the right lane. Me being me. I look over at him. He's looking over at me. I rev my engine twice. He rev his engine twice. The light turned green. We take off up the Woodland. I mean, I'm serious. Like,
Nice.
No, for real. We're doing 85 up the fucking street. I kid you not. Like, we even ran a red light together. And so we get to Buckeye, and he's like, all right, now slow down. And I'm like, psych, and I skirt up on Buckeye. and I promise you, he probably like shook his head and started laughing. But like, those are the little things, whatever, like, like,
damn, that was some white privilege.
Yeah, it was.
and so there have been good, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about nobody else or whatever, but I'm the only person I know with a full body mugshot.
Yeah.
I probably should have sent that to you.
Damn, you should have.
I have a full body mugshot.
They could have been the thumbnail for the show today.
I know, right? I might send it to you after. But I'm the only one I know with a full body mugshot.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was giving me
You
human.
standing there with like a placard with the lines on the wall.
No, it was literally just like against like this wall in the police station or whatever. And it kind of creeped me out that I had a full body mugshot because
they were saving it for the spank bank. That's what that was.
I felt like it was giving human trafficker vibes, because why would you need a full body mugshot if you wasn't trying to?
I know, I never seen that either. Why would they do that?
They wanted death by snoo snoo.
And so I have a cousin, and she's a sheriff in Cincinnati or whatever. She might be retired by now. I don't know. I gotta ask her. And so I asked her one time. I said, "Why would they take a full body mugshot of me?" And she said, "Well, do you have tattoos?" And I said, "Yeah, but it's not. It wasn't even on that side."
Yeah.
And so she was like, "I don't know." And so I kid you not, the first time I ever been in jail.
She was like, when they took my mugshot, they only took my feet. I don't understand why.
Makes no sense at all.
But I ain't gonna lie, the first time I went to jail was so unreal. I kid you not. And like, it was so fucked up because the dude was singing Ray Jr. Sloppy, sloppy, I'm leaving the club. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I had literally just came from the club. I don't need to hear this shit. I'm in handcuffs. Like, stop it. Like, you enjoying this transport? And it was fucking punk ass CMHA police officer. That. So they had to transfer me. I had a warrant I didn't know about or whatever. And I'm like, I'm really in jail. Like, this is really happening. Like, because I was drunk and I was like, this is really happening? And so I was like, well, what do you do? I literally did 3 setups and went to bed. I'm like, let me get a jailhouse workout. No.
Came out with a teardrop a tattoo.
They have never lied that the worst thing about going to jail is waking up in jail. Because you really like wake up, you're like, oh, fuck, I'm really in jail.
Yeah, the reality sets in. You're like, fuck.
I only did it as a juvenile, and I was like, nah, I can't be doing that.
Listen, and then luckily my crimes, quote unquote, was in good neighborhoods like Euclid and South Euclid.
Right.
And when I was there, I was in a cell by myself.
Yeah.
And it was like a little hallway with a TV and a phone, and then there was the other cell, whatever. And so when I woke up, they had processed somebody to be over in the other cell, and she was gonna be there for a minute, and I wasn't. She's like, "Can I get your blankets when you leave?" I'm like, "Yeah." And we had sat there talking or whatever. I was like, I'm not gonna be your bitch. You gonna be mine if that's the case.
Hell no.
But she was super cool or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm like, man, we just got to do better as a whole. And I think if people was to seek understanding to be understood, we'd be further as a community. That's just
That's true.
Just like he's talking about the cop he knows, George or whatever. Tell me this ain't some white privilege shit. So him and my sister are fighting, right?
It is.
And they're driving drunk, right?
He was a black cop.
So he was a black cop. I will put that out there now. But so my sister kicks dude out of the car, and George pulls up, picks him up.
Nope.
All right, you tell the story then.
So me and his sister are arguing. We had just drank a bottle of Jim Beam. I'm fucked up. And this bottle of Jim Beam was called Devil's Cut. I remember this very vividly.
I remember the Devil's Cut. They don't even make that shit no more.
Dude, it was the first, when that bottle was introduced, we went and bought it. I had to have put down like half of it by myself. So I'm fucked up and I'm talking shit because I've always just been a shit talker. She gets really mad at me and kicks me out of her car. And I'm like, whatever, I'll get out right here. So she kicks me out, and then I get out of the car and I'm like, fuck, I got a long way to walk. I look across the street. There's a gas station with an Oakwood cop car in it. I'm like, what are the chances this is George? Because I worked at a different gas station, and George used to come in all the time, and me and him were like, we'd chop it up all the time. I walk over there. They have the doors closed and everything, but it was like they just closed down. But George is in there flirting with the girl behind the counter. I pound on the door. Doom, doom, doom. George is like a big, like NFL-sized cop, right?
Yeah, giant.
He's a huge guy. He turns around and looks at me like tough, and then he notices it's me, and he's like, what the fuck? He walks up and he opens the door. He's like, what are you doing, Jeremy? I was like, man, I just got kicked out of a car, bro. And I would never really usually ask this, but where I'm walking to really doesn't have sidewalks. I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'm kind of drunk. You think you'd be able to give me a ride? He was like, man, give me your social security number. He radios it in. He's like, I'm about to give this party a ride home. I'm like, this is dope. So he's like, all right, hop in the car. I start opening the back door, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I thought this is where I go. He's like, you getting in the front. I'm like, this is
never
crazy.
seen this, right?
Man, I hop in the front, right? And I'm like, this is a crazy, like, I've never seen this before. We're pulling out of the parking lot. His sister drives by looking for me. I'm like, dude, you don't even, just call them and tell them, never mind, I got a ride. I'm like, that's the person that kicked me out. She's looking for me. I'm just going to have her pick me up. He was like, you want to fuck with her? I'm like, dude, I'm going to be honest with you. She was drinking with me. So if you do this, like, she can't get in trouble. He's like, I'm about to hit the lights. He lights her up, pulls up behind her, pulls her over, right? He's like, I'm going to give you a signal. When I give you the signal, you just walk up and get in the car, and you guys go the fuck home. I'm like, cool. He walks up. His sister starts talking shit to the cop.
That's how we do it. We don't like cops. We have no love.
I see her talking shit, and I'm like, no, don't do this. I already got you set up for, like, fucking an easy time. He starts yelling at her, right? And I see her tone way the fuck down. He's yelling and shit, and then he goes, I hop out the car. I walk up. I jump in. She looks at me like this. She goes, I'm like, oh, shit. George is like, y'all have a good night.
I love George. Shout out to George.
Shout out George, man. He hops in the car, goes back. She peels off, starts screaming at me, kicks me out again, and then tries to hit me with her car.
Yep, that's how we do it. And my sister, to this day, will not let you live that down ever. Like, she still talks about that shit. Like, that motherfucker.
He was like, he told me what he said because I saw him at the gas station when I went to work the following week, and he was like, man, she started getting lippy with me. I told her, man, I already know what you was doing tonight, and you say another fucking word, I'm taking you in for a DUI. is she shut up immediately. And I was like, George, she kicked me out of that car again. He was like, you dumb motherfucker. He was like, I had you. But further news, we got to catch up.
Oh, wow.
Humiliated Will Smith reportedly wants a divorce from Jada Pinkett Smith. There's a $400 million on the line. So Jada Pinkett Smith recently just put out a book where she's putting out all of his business.
Yes.
More business than what's already been put out.
Well, I was going to say, it's all been out. And
yeah.
Like, I don't
with
know.
the red table talks and all that stuff. Well, now Will's had enough. And I think he's taken too long to actually make this decision. But I don't know. I was kind of curious at what you guys think about it. This is her book, Worthy, by Jada Pinkett Smith. It's a New York Times bestseller. What did Will do after Jada's revelation? She released this memoir called Worthy. In it, she details her life with Will and their children. She also revealed that she and Will have not been a couple for several years, despite staying married. Will has since taken action. How do you feel about this?
Well, do you think it's just all for like entertainment and
publicity?
Because no man is gonna put themselves through all that shit. What does Jada Pinkett have that like some other chick don't have besides money? And he got money, so he ain't worried about that.
She's got dirt. I think she's got dirt on him.
Probably. There's got to be something there that somebody would take that amount of abuse from a woman.
Yeah,
like for sure.
For sure.
Like at some point you're gonna tap out and you're like, dude, we're just not working out.
Eulise is just broken over here.
Yeah. She's like, tell Will to call me. I got him.
Shit, tell Will to call me. I got him.
Right. Shit. I don't know. You got that money. I'm all right too.
I'll take one for the team for that $400 million that's on the line.
Oh,
dude.
my God. Like,
hey,
there's
the
a
Fresh
price.
Prince.
There's a price on gay. Like
he said there's a price on gay.
If it's $400 million, I'm gay all day. Like,
I'm gonna give Hancock a whole nother meaning.
You good, E? Y'all can't see, but there's a mirror right here. I'm talking to myself. No, I don't. Okay, so this is my thing. I've as a woman, if I can be 100 with y'all, as a woman, I have never keyed a car. I have never busted a window. I've never retaliated with a man.
Have you broken a video game system?
No, I have never retaliated to a man.
You're a solid woman.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
he's
my
like, the
thing
video
is-
games were saved? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Because my thing is this, whatever. Yes, men are taught not to put their hands on women, but you never want to be that like nail in the coffin to where you push a man past that
Provocateur.
point. I've never been a person of provoking
Yeah.
on any type of level. I think that is so wrong because my thing is this. If you provoke somebody, you are not entitled to how they react.
Yeah.
So when people say, oh, it didn't even take all that, you shouldn't have been like that. No. At the end of the day, everybody
Has a limit.
has a limit.
Yep.
And matter of fact, it was a video of this dude. He was in Walmart or something like that or whatever, and this lady kept hitting him in the back of his legs with her cart. Like, why are you
I
that
saw
close?
that, and the dude picked up a whole cart and smacked that lady
smacked
with
the
it.
fuck out of her.
Bro,
No, for
where's the
real.
video on that?
Crushed
Like,
her
let's see
with
that.
it.
What are we even talking about here? Let's see that
Dude,
shit.
This is such a good video.
He hit her with a cart?
Dude,
Like a whole
big,
ass
like,
cart?
like a Home Depot,
No,
like
for real. It was Home Depot.
No shit.
and so my thing is, everybody said that he was wrong, but y'all don't understand that if you poke a bear, you're gonna get fucking mauled.
I agree.
Everybody has a right to protect themselves in any way that they see fit. There
If
you
you-
go.
if
There-
you
look,
take
look.
Look, she keeps bumping him in the ankles. Look, he turns around. He's like, "Okay, we're playing that. Well, let me go get this 50-pound cart right here."
That's a big ass cart too.
Dude,
No lie.
huge.
Oh my god.
Dude, look at this. Schwam!
Damn. Dude, and
Now, was he wrong?
because if you take action against somebody, do not get mad at the reaction, no matter how harsh it is. Just
I think
mind
he's wrong.
your fucking business.
I think he's wrong for
Why?
that. That's a little excessive.
Why though? Why do you get to gauge how he get to react?
Because
that's I'm
she,
with you.
She was busting him in the ankles a little bit. He could have turned around, like even like just like a a bitch smack, for lack of a better term.
No.
I think that was more appropriate.
It's called hard lessons for a reason.
Yup, and tell me that bitch is hitting somebody else in the ankles with a fucking cart.
I bet you that dude got
never.
a serious assault charge, and he's probably doing real time in jail for that.
Hey, he's a real MVP. He did it for all of us. That wasn't just for him. That was
he
for
got money
all
on his
of
books.
us.
Listen, he got money on his books. He's comfortable wherever he is.
Dude, if you send me his name, I'm putting money on his books.
The comments on everywhere that video's posted all say that.
Yeah.
All of the, like over half, the 75%, 80% of the comments say, where's his books at? Because I want to put money on him.
Yep. He was definitely a Joan of Arc in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
No, because unfortunately, people have this
Now, you think this
weird
is like
delusional...
you think there's a comparison here with Jada, what she's been doing to Will?
Oh, absolutely.
She's
Because
been bumping his ankles.
You've been literally provoking,
Yep,
and
feel
then
that.
like all of a sudden, like everybody has their breaking point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm so big on mental health.
Yeah.
Because like, honestly, like, for example, I told you earlier in the show, I was going through a lot still doing comedy.
Yeah.
I can't promise you that if somebody would have said, Eulise homeless and been heckling me on stage, I wouldn't fuck somebody up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so I don't understand why people in the limelight are held to such a high standard.
Yeah, to
that's
not
so
be
because
human.
it's caught on video. You know what I'm saying?
But no, the celebrities.
But I'm saying it's in the public eye. You know what I'm saying? That's why it is.
Everything
because
they do is
it's
on
all
camera.
entertainment. Is all they're trying
But
to
this
sell
is
us
the
at the
thing.
cost of them. You know what I'm saying?
No. But this is the thing. As an entertainer, that's when I'm on the clock.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, everybody used to have something to say about what was in Lil Wayne's cup. When he's literally
That is
at the
my
fucking park.
cup.
Yeah.
He's
I
literally
say that shit all the time.
It don't
like-
matter what's in my cup. It's my cup.
He's not on stage rapping. Why the fuck are y'all sitting up there worried about what this man is doing
I
off
totally
of his
agree.
occupation?
But
to
that's-
where you can no, ain't no but. And that's the reason why y'all get reactions the way y'all get them, because I'm not on stage. I'm trying to be normal and y'all fucking with me. So at the end of the day, be ready.
Right. I agree with you, and it wasn't a but. Like I was saying, but like you're in the limelight, and people are just so obsessed with knowing every little thing about you, and you're constantly got people in the bushes following you, like. You know what I'm saying? Constantly have a camera on you, and then every time you react, like that has to be the hardest life on earth to be on that level.
And I'm gonna tell y'all now, because I know I'm gonna be like that. I know I am. So I'm gonna tell y'all now, right here on No Outlet Live.
Okay.
I am not your child's role model. I am an adult.
Shit, I'm not my child's role model. I don't know what you're talking about.
He said I ain't the role model for my own child.
Don't get me wrong. I love kids. I will help you parent, but I am not a role model.
Yeah.
Do not look for me to give a fuck about how your kid take me on social media.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That is your job. And my thing is, whatever y'all talking about, kids is on here. First of all, you supposed to be 12 or 13 to be on these apps.
Yeah.
Second, why is your child even having access to be exposed to me?
Right. And third of all, if your kid is fucking hitting the back of my ankles with a cart, bet they're going to catch one.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. When COVID was around, because you know they wasn't making kids wear masks or whatever at first or whatever.
You was drop kicking kids left and right.
I was in Walmart and this little white kid come coughing up to me with his mouth open, like an open mouth cough. I was like, I promise I almost punching that little dude. I promise
dude,
you better get little Eddie Munson away from me.
In Afghanistan, they'd send the little kid bombers like running at people. They had to shoot them. You know what I'm saying? Same thing.
That's
Like, you know,
He's walking up with a deadly weapon on him.
But to answer your question or whatever, like, you know, when it comes down to relationships, I feel like the world is already hard enough. I'm not gonna have to sit up there and do battle with the person I'm supposed to be in a relationship on any level.
I'm happy for Will taking the step to finally be like, yo, I want to get away from this woman. She's been poisoned.
Dude, I feel like
So
that
think
about
about it. If
all
Will-
my people.
I've
Will
loved
didn't-
Will Smith my entire life.
No,
He's
listen.
one of my favorites of all time.
I bet. Because, you know, he's white friendly. So
I knew that.
I'm
Yeah.
just playing.
Yeah,
But,
Carlton was a little more white friendly.
I mean, but he wasn't the main character, so there's
Right.
that.
And
But-
that's the only place he was, just on that show.
I mean, come on, he put Jazzy Jeff on the map.
Man, fuck that. But like for real or whatever, like what if Will didn't take the correct approach in handling this and just beat Jada's ass?
Yeah.
Like
Instead of
how
Chris
much-
Rock.
And then I think about whatever, like as a female, I have my words. As a man, you have your hands. And we both know our tools in this situation.
Right, and you use
So
the
my
wrong
thing
words,
is-
you'll catch these hands.
You
I'm
know,
just kidding.
you know who else has hands?
Who? Me?
The devil, and he uses them for holding. In further news, we have Matthew Perry. He just died. He's Chandler on Friends. He drowned it in his hot tub. Yeah, a jacuzzi, big pool sized one. And he's known for having drug issues in the past. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of stuff surrounding this that I'm not even gonna really.
Can you scroll down a little bit so I can see the rest of the?
I know you're like, I just want to read the end of it.
No. I just want to read the bold stuff.
You didn't know who it was until
No,
just now. You said you didn't know.
Matthew Perry toxicology report gives new insight on how Friends actor may have died.
So what was the report to say? Like,
he was found dead in Los Angeles after he reported drowned in his hot tub.
At the scene. But if
they say that people are saying that because he has such like he has a team of like people that like he has like chefs, cleaners, people, maids and stuff. They say that they may have cleaned it all out before they called the police of his drowning.
Okay, so what the toxicology report
it says that there was no drugs there. But it was later revealed in the initial toxicology test that it did not show any fentanyl or meth in Matthew's system at the time of death.
So, okay, fentanyl or meth. So what other drugs was he high?
Right.
Was he on coke?
He was on all the good drugs because those are the only two bad ones. No,
well, he's a pill addict. That's what he liked to do. So when they say fentanyl and meth, that doesn't even really make sense in my eyes because he loved doing pills.
Right. So they're taking a spin. They're trying to spin
The thing about it is, whatever, they're going to protect his character.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah, image.
Because he's a white man. You're not going to paint a white man out to be a dope head. And
and not only that, because white people love their Friends, and they're still buying Friends merch to this day.
Pun intended.
Oh, yeah. We love the cop. No, I'm kidding. Our friends.
That's sad, though.
It is, truly.
I feel sick. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McKinney. I forgot how you even say his. It's
Rob McKinney.
Rob McKinney?
Yeah.
It's the dude
Always
from
Sunny.
Always Sunny, yeah. React to losing staggering amount of money with Wrexham.
What's
It's a soccer team that they bought in the US, and it's a $1 billion company. They bought a huge soccer team to get the US on the international stage because really we do not perform at that level in soccer.
Yeah.
So they
Was
figured
the Black Jackets over in London or something like that? Where is it? Like when they were like, no, it's like when I see him do it, I'm like, oh shit. Like,
yeah, I mean, the rest of the world gets down in soccer. It's the biggest sport in the world. They got the most famous, the most richest athletes in the planet.
But how come it's so big everywhere else, but I watch it here, and I think it's the most boring shit. I hate baseball, but I hate soccer more.
Way
I'd rather
more.
go, and I don't understand. It's just such a slow, low scoring game that there's really not a lot of action, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. They barely score into the games, and it's a hard game to understand, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I think we're dumbed down compared to the rest of the world, obviously.
We definitely are.
You know.
They all do math on the metric system.
Yes.
We
don't even know how to do that.
But yeah, they've been losing money hand over fist with this North Wales club. Oh, so they're not. This ain't even U.S. They bought a team in Wales. I could have swore that Wrexham was in the U.S. They purchased Wrexham for €2 million. And in the years since overseen period of huge growth, both on and off the field, on the pitch, the club has been promoted to the 4th tier of English football for the first time in 15 years. Off the pitch, they have maximized commercial opportunities through sponsorship deals with TikTok, as well as gaining legions of new fans with their Welcome to Wrexham documentary. I'm not even sure what I just read. What that meant.
I heard none of it either.
And I could have swore I remember hearing that this was they spent $1 billion on this.
Well, euros and dollars is two different things. But
I think the dollar is worth way more than the euro.
Google it.
Yeah, right. Now,
I think you're wrong.
Well, inflation would be much higher if they hadn't taken a bunch of our money out of circulation. You know what I'm saying? Our money's not worth much anymore.
And I heard a couple countries kind of coming together to form their own currency. That's probably going to drown out the dollar.
That's BRICS.
Well, BRICS, because you can only trade for oil in US dollars.
USD.
But now Africa and like all these other places are coming out and they're pulling their bonds on us, so we keep printing money to try to pay them off, which is making our inflation raise.
Yep.
And our money is going to be worthless
They're
once
buying
BRICS
us out.
comes out, and there's no international currency for us
Well,
to trade in.
BRICS has been a thing since the late 70s, and they've been working it up. What they're doing is they're backing this BRICS currency with the shit that we used to back the dollar up with. So they've been buying all the gold. They've been putting coal into it. Everything that's like a natural resource. They're putting it behind this BRICS currency, and eventually they're going to become the oil standard, which is going to tank us. And they're working hard on it right now, actually.
The biggest shame of our American government was coming off the gold standard in the first place.
They ruined us with it.
Because I think it was, don't quote me on this because I don't know for sure, but I think after World War II, because we traded gold for guns and shit, and to support the war. So we held most of the world's gold, and that's what made our currency strong. So other currencies would link their currencies to us. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody would be backed by American dollars because we were the only ones that were really backed by gold. And then we decided to go off of it, and that was the hugest mistake.
I only have one question. How are you asking me about my student loans and you sending money over for wars?
Yep. No, I agree. Totally. Like
y'all good. Like
why are they sending money anywhere? When has any other country ever sent us any kind of foreign aid? You know what I'm saying? Like,
trust me,
and we can use it right now. Other countries, get on that.
I always pictured like the whole government as like the Wizard of Oz. Like it's not really the president they put out in front of you. It's the man behind the curtain.
Oh yeah, it always has been too. You're just that's just the face man to take all the bullshit. Like
that's the reason why Donald Trump could be in there.
Oh yeah.
Like
for
anybody
sure.
can be the face. Like it doesn't matter because you're being told what to do back here.
Yeah.
Yep. And the government is all ran by the same people, no matter who is like the power.
Yeah,
well, rich elitist. Yeah.
CafeMom.com says Eminem's child Stevie is in first serious relationship since coming out as non-binary.
What does that even mean?
Right. Thank you.
I'm not trying to be rude, but
I'm glad that black people do not get behind that cause because a lot of white people don't either. But it's cool, like that we can.
Most white
relate on
people
that.
do.
No, yeah. I'm being non-binary.
Yeah.
And all
Have
these
you,
other...
have you
What
not
does that
noticed?
even mean though? Like what is that?
It
what
means that they don't conform to a gender.
It means that they have.
They don't have one. They are a there.
It means that they have a dick and a vagina.
No,
and
that's
they fuck themselves every day. They should at least.
Yeah, they can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Not Eminem's daughter though. Em, if you ever see this, please don't put me to record. I am a huge fan. I do not want to get murdered by you on the record.
You don't want.
I don't want that beef.
You know what's so crazy? Like I'm not somebody to talk against like the community and everything like what they got going on. However, it's like y'all still trying to figure out and find y'all footing with how y'all
in the
identify
world,
and in the world, and y'all just are being offended as you go.
Yeah.
Yep. By everything.
And
that's what I love about comedy is that comedians and comedy people that love comedy, like really love comedy, we laugh at everything.
Yep.
The heartbreak. We laugh at the shit that really hurts your feelings, stuff that you shouldn't talk about, in that people.
If you're able to do it palatably. Like, if you don't cross the line between edutainment and offense.
Freddie Fred.
Who is that?
He's a comedian that fucking nonstop talks shit.
I don't know. Andrew Dice Clay built a whole career off offense. So
Yeah,
it
he
does
did.
work. Like, for
No,
real
you
sometimes.
gotta walk
like,
that fine line.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. If it's palatable. But my biggest
Dave Chappelle.
thing. Yeah, of course. And my biggest thing, whatever, just understand yourself before you try to defend something that maybe. And I feel like this. Since the 90s, I never forget whatever I could, because like I said, I call people out when they're wrong. I call my dad out when they're wrong. So since the 90s, whenever them kids I think they had like stole a car or something like that, and then they ended up blaming it on Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
And they got off.
Yep.
So once you were able to figure out, I can just say that this is the reason why.
Yeah,
You know
I can say
saying?
whatever and just get away scot-free.
And we moved as a society to more of a participation award.
Yeah. And
type
maybe
of
these
structure
people.
versus then no, you go to work, you earn it, and you get better.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the
be
whole
happy with yourself.
the whole participation award concept is crippling
Yeah.
to really letting people be mediocre.
It makes weak people.
And my thing is, everybody's not a winner.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I'm not saying that you can never win. I'm just saying you have to get better. It's a certain level.
I became a better person off of failure.
Seriously.
Watching other people win when I sucked.
But think about it. If we was to literally like, if you know, like you went up there and you bombed.
Yeah.
But we like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
then
never
you
get
go
to
out
the,
and
like,
bomb
you
again.
stay-
Got me
it
walking
stays
around
you.
thinking I'm the shit when I'm terrible.
Right.
Not even that, but it just stagnates you to where you feel like you arrive and you don't have to continue to get better.
Yeah.
Yes.
So think about it.
You never
we
push yourself.
We literally as a society have been on snooze for years
Yep.
and just being offended down here.
Yep. I agree with that totally. Like
Here, we're going to do this one last news story, and I'm going to try to race through our videos.
Okay.
This is the story that affected me today. This has been affecting me. This is on CNN.com. This is a real thing. U.S. banks are hit by
don't
deposit
be late with my
delays.
money, motherfucker.
Dude, I'm owed like $2,000 right now.
For how long has it been? It's not just like a week or something. Like it's been for a
Nobody
while going
knows. Nobody knows what's going on.
on. So it won't drop in your account. Even
The
next
bank
week
says
or
they're
something, just
working
whenever
on
they
it.
Feel like it.
I don't even
No.
understand what
Wait,
everybody's saying about it.
Wait, your job pays you, and then the bank is holding your deposit?
The bank, and then I call the bank and they're telling me, no, it ain't us. It's actually a third party in between your
I know
job
that
and us.
third party is the fucking government.
And dude, that's what one of the bosses, I kept complaining to my boss earlier. I talked to him every fucking 10 minutes. I was like, where's my money? Because I swear to God, I'm going to walk out. And he was like, dude, I swear to you, we're looking into it. We thought it was a problem with our payroll people, right?
Yeah.
It turns out it's not. So they're like, we're hearing that there's like stuff going on with certain banks and financial institutions. I'm like, dude, I gotta
run me a
leave.
paper check.
Well, what do you mean going?
Run
on?
me a
Because
paper
they're
check so I
all-
can take it up to Mookie's.
The
Yep.
problem,
Yeah,
And
take it
I'll
up
cash
to
it.
Mookie's.
Listen.
Hell yeah.
Write me a paper
isn't that where
check.
we used to cash our checks?
Yeah.
Dude, I used to
Write
go to
me a
Mookie's.
paper check so I can take it to Mookie's and I can do what I gotta do.
Oh no.
Big
Because
shout
my
out to
thing is
Mookie's.
Because my thing is this or whatever. If that's the case, then the bank needs to send out notifications to everybody who you owe, like your person that you do, your landlord,
Dude.
your bills, your
Yep.
utility,
This is my problem.
on behalf of U.S. Bank. Jeremy's good. If
This-
they're not
Yes.
gonna do that, I'm suing.
This
Yeah.
is
This is a class action lawsuit.
This is my problem right now is that I have a check out right now for $950 that's getting cashed. So if my check bounces, I'm going to pay all kinds of fees for the
Yep.
check bouncing. I'm going to owe an overdraft fee. I'm going to owe all kinds of money off of
I'ma tell
the
y'all
government fucking my shit up.
I'm gonna tell y'all a little story when we get off the cameras.
This is a little bit of a bigger problem than that though, because all these banks are failing, and now like a major bank seems like it's starting to fail too.
Yeah.
And that's a sign that like the
'Cause I'm with
banking
Key.
system is just gonna
I'm with Key.
like, crash.
People at my job that are through Huntington, huge bank. People are having problems with that. It's saying that U.S. Bank, that's
Yeah.
having a huge problem. There's like several of these banks are, but a
Yep.
lot of people did get paid today. I worked with people that got paid. I was one of the like
Shit, I
half
got-
that didn't.
I got paid 2 days early using Wisely. No, I'm just kidding.
my one dude was like, "Well, I got Dave, and my boss's name is Dave." I was like, "What? He got your money through?" He was like, "No, the app, dummy." I'm like, "Oh shit, I don't know nothing about Dave."
Yeah, right.
I ain't gonna lie, the Dave app got me through a couple times.
I'm not even hip to that. I don't know
like
what that
those,
is.
like it's like a quick short term payday loan.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
basically, you can like so I was getting paid weekly, so I would like literally like I get paid on Fridays, and I would like pull money out on Saturday.
Yep.
And so then it would be paid back on Friday, and I would just pull it back on Saturday.
You're right,
Like
right.
it became part of my budget.
So check this out. This article says the Federal Reserve alerted banks Friday afternoon the problem was caused by a processing issue at the private sector operator of the Automated Clearinghouse, a national network for processing transactions. So they didn't lie to me at my job. They said it had something to do with the Federal Reserve. And I was like, y'all are just trying to say big words to make me not blame the HR department. But
No.
it actually is the
I know-
Federal Reserve.
I know how to
Audit the Federal Reserve.
ACH, like the ACH system or whatever. That's a real thing, whatever. Because I was working with somebody or whatever who literally had to wait for deposits
Yeah.
through that system to then pay the people who they work for that was working for them or whatever. And so yeah, that's literally like a thing, like for real. It's so many checks and balances, and when you got one huge one in the
checks
pipeline,
and balances.
Yeah, literally, pun intended.
I just want my $2,000, bro. They said the problem was caused by a manual error and is not linked to a cybersecurity issue, which could be a big fucking lie. Who knows?
Right.
I
It's
feel
all
bad.
we live in a psyop.
And then let me move on to this week's videos. All right, so.
Oh, you got a whole little smorgasbord, huh?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You got a
And
shark.
we're running a little late, so
They're
we're
probably just all fart videos.
no, they're not. I promise you.
You got a charcuterie board.
A charcuterie board. I wish I had one
Shit,
of
I
those.
want one of those too.
Dude, check out this dude's fucking head. Okay, this dude has a little too much skin. Would you say? He's got some skin in the game.
God damn. What happened though? Like, what's the deal? That's not his hair.
I do not know. He's just got flappy skin on his fucking
Damn,
head.
just got extra skin.
You know what it looks like? I ain't gonna lie. It's like when your skin separates from the adipose tissue, or like what grounds it, like to stay in place or whatever. Like he has some like type of situation.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, like the muscle is not
Yeah.
connected to the tissue.
Uh-huh.
That is wild. I mean, look how he like.
He can move it. I'm saying how he can move it.
Oh my god, dude. How would you even feel if your head did that?
Or
I'm checking to see if I did.
Or
He need Botox.
No. Or when he was a child, you know how like your skull is
You got
not
that cone
fused?
head and shit.
No, but you know like your skull is not complete.
Yeah, it's still growing.
It's still
It
trying to
has that,
fuse
like,
together,
empty
and I wonder
spot,
if the
yeah.
palate just never developed. The palate
the
of her,
fuck?
so he
Right.
that's probably his brain for real.
What?
That's what it looks like.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that could be.
You don't have no skull, like underdeveloped skull.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god. And he's out here selling shit to the people.
either way, it's
Making
still
a
fucking
move.
gross. If my
He's
head
wearing
did
some
that.
Louis V.
Oh my god.
He's doing all right.
He's just trying to show out. He's like, take some.
He has sponsorships for hats.
You guys remember? Teen Mom?
Oh my god.
Yes.
You remember Farrah?
I don't. I'm
That's
not
the,
that.
that's the
hip to
chick
see
that ended
mom.
up making a butt sex porn video.
Oh yeah, then I did. I saw that.
Check
The porn,
this.
not the MTV thing.
Check this out.
I'm here with the lovely
Oh yeah, we know her.
Farrah Abraham.
Farrah. Let me ask you a question.
We seen her catching a hot
What is your
one.
favorite set experience that you've ever had?
I haven't had a set experience, so that's funny.
Oh, you haven't had a set experience?
Or
Yeah, on set.
I'm known for a celebrity sex tape. That's what I'm known for, so
I'm an idiot. Yes.
it's okay.
Okay, so you're known for celebrity
Why
sex
she
tape.
gotta
Okay.
plug that?
And well, who is the celebrity?
I am. I think this is probably the worst
God
fucking
damn.
interview I've ever had.
Who's a celebrity? That's dope.
That's some shit Jarrod would say to somebody. So,
I was
who's
only
the
on
celebrity?
You know what? I kind of think I do remember her back in the day because she
was Teen Mom.
No, she wanted to be Kim Kardashian so bad.
Yeah.
Probably.
And she was
She really did. Like for
she-
you to even plug that years later, bitch. Like
when she was in Teen Mom, like most of the girls on Teen Mom, they were just normal, mediocre looking girls. She was the hot one and she knew it. And once she got that little bit of taste of fame, she immediately had that baby and went straight into making porn.
Well, who was the other from? There was the blonde chick. Oh no, that's whatever Shores or whatever.
Oh,
Siesta.
Jersey Shore?
No, like Siesta Keys or whatever. The
Oh.
blonde chick. I can't remember her name. Like
I don't know.
Siesta Keys.
That's not what it's called at all. It's called something like that though.
I think I know what you're talking about. It was like a reality show on MTV.
Yeah, about like the beach people, the rich beach chicks or whatever. Yeah,
The
it
Hills?
was the wrong thing. The Hills, that's
Yeah.
it is. I was way off.
Moving forward.
Yeah, for her sake, obviously.
This just happened in Israel and Hamas. Now, this is missiles coming in from Palestine or from Israel, and then they're sending out missiles that hit the missiles as a defense system.
Yeah, that's the
Could you imagine?
Iron Dome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So could you imagine looking out of your apartment balcony to this? I mean, it looks like a 4th of July show, but you could potentially die in this.
Well, and could you imagine watching a terrorist group fire these things off into Israel, and then them just bombing the shit out of you, where you don't have the Iron Curtain, and they're just bombing the shit out of you.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Dude, that's intense. Like,
yeah, this is a very a scary situation that's going on out there, and my heart really goes out to them people.
For sure.
That's so sad.
It really is sad. I feel so bad at this.
What the fuck is that?
Is it a dog behind there?
Is it a rat?
That is a rat.
Oh, rat. You trying to get through. You didn't even care.
I turn that bitch up. Yeah, you're right. Turn that bitch up.
Right.
And that just goes to show
that
you.
bitch a high.
That just goes to show you. The motivational alarm.
Did I read today?
So what's your motivation?
No, that's did I read.
Oh,
oh shit. So yeah, if you have rats trying to break into your house, just install fans in the holes in your wall or whatever, and they'll just stand there and beat the shit out of their own face with it.
Yeah.
That is so fucking weird.
And he doesn't stop trying. Don't you think you would get it after a couple whaps?
No.
I don't know.
That's the reason why they put. That's why they put them in maize and shit like that for them to figure it out.
That's why they're the bottom of the food chain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like now it hurt. Now it hurt. At first it was like, okay, all right, bitch.
Rats are dumb. Dude, this is a cool product. I want to get this. This is a handheld printing.
Oh, that's his raw.
Yeah.
It only prints in one color though.
That's fine.
Just black.
So if you're somebody that wants to like make merch on the fly, you could just buy a bunch of shirts and make your logo, and then just quickly put them wherever you want. You have an easy merch.
So
problem is you can only make it on
telling
white
me-
shirts though.
So basically, you telling me that I can tell my fans to come in a light colored shirt, and if you come, I'll go ahead and scan your shirt. And
$10.
Yeah.
How much
$10 and
does
I'll put
something
the
like
logo.
that cost though?
Oh, I don't know.
Jeremy,
That
you
would
coming
probably
in,
be
Jeremy,
pretty
you
expensive.
coming here with half-ass information. We need the goods.
Right.
Man, you're starting to sound like my co-host right now.
Right. He never vets these stories, man. Halfway through, he'll be like, "Oh, there's just no
Wait a
ending
minute,
to
wait
it."
a minute, wait a minute. I hate being that person to be like between a relationship, and then you say something whatever, and the girlfriend's like, like
No, that's definitely me.
did-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got a little sass, girl. Halloween, you guys just passed.
I seen the clip of this. That was funny.
This kid is a genius, a comedic genius.
Who is he supposed to be?
He's Biden, and he
Okay.
doesn't know where to go. He's asking garbage for some candy. The security keeps on guiding him.
It's evening, sir.
He said, "Get out the door, sir."
No, do not smell me.
He smelled her hair when he shook her hand, dude.
Nice.
The kid's epic. I love that kid.
And he has a little security team walking with us.
And they're like guiding him, like, no, you can't walk that way.
I ain't gonna lie. If y'all ask people who I went to college with, I won Halloween one year because I dressed up in a costume with a mask.
Yeah.
And I sat in the cafeteria holding a bowl of candy.
Yeah.
Like as a prop, like I said, like as a prop or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when everybody would walk up to me and like reach, I scare them, right?
Yeah.
I scared. It was like, and I was there at the beginning of the lunch time.
You looked like a dummy was sitting there.
No. Don't do that. First of all, I was.
She ain't look
I
like
was in
no
a full
dummy. You looked like a
costume.
very intelligent woman.
I was and I was like a gargoyle type because I had like wings and I had like a mask and I was
Yeah.
all black or whatever. Like I was like fully covered up or whatever. I looked like a prop.
That's what I'm saying.
But I feel like that's one of them
Don't
jokes
call
where
me a
I
dummy,
always like.
motherfucker.
I
I see how you were trying to edge that in. I don't care. You find another word.
You look like a prosthetic.
A mannequin? A mannequin?
A mannequin.
Yeah, bitch.
I would never call you a mannequin.
No, so. I like how you did that. But
Just this one time.
Bing, bing, bing. But I was sitting there, whatever, and I was sitting there, whatever, and I felt so bad because we had the mentally disabled kids that would come and help like clean up the cafeteria, and they have lunch or whatever.
Shit.
And so with the mask, I can't see my peripheral. I can only see forward, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm positioned behind the door for the actual like where the food is, and then this is where you eat. So I'm sitting in front of the door. And I didn't know that one of the kids was right there. So when I went to scare the person in front of me, he literally flipped his tray all over him.
Oh my god!
And I felt so bad.
Dude,
like he was so
heated.
scared, and I tried to like approach him, like I'm so sorry, but I still had on a mask, and so he was scared even more. And I'm like, oh my god, let me take this off, or whatever. And I felt so. I gave him a hug and everything, like calmed him down. Because he was like really, really, really scared. I felt so bad. But
terrible.
outside of that, everybody was laughing because everybody knew, because everybody seen it a couple times, whatever. So they like just watching everybody come in, and they're like, "Look, she about to get it, she about to get it." Like, ah! So,
and comedy is indiscriminate. It don't matter if you're half retarded or whatever.
It doesn't. It doesn't, unfortunately.
Yeah, that might be the moral of today's episode. Do not try to scare the mentally challenged on Halloween.
That part.
Thank you, Eulise Dickerson, for coming through and sharing your life with us. And thank you, everybody. Go check out Eulise Dickerson. I'll show her info one more time right there. Look her up on the socials, and we will see you guys next week. Maybe. I don't know. I might have something coming up, so we might skip a week. I think your boy got to go do a couple days.
Damn.
Do a couple hard days. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to come out beefed up with teardrop tattoos.
Wait a minute. You can't announce that you might be doing a couple hard days like that. That's not how this works.
No, he's trying to get some money on his books right now.
I'm trying to get some street cred out here. You feel me?
Oh my God.
We'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you next time. This has been No Outlet Live.